Everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. It's Manchester United versus Sevilla in the Europa League. It's match day, it's match night, and well, look, it's finally Manchester United, quarter-final of the Europa League, another Spanish opposition, another big opportunity to hit home and dive down and get into a position where we can win a trophy. So very, very excited. And of course, that excitement is only exaggerated by the fact that we've got a really exciting Manchester United starting 11. I don't think many people are going to be moaning too much about this one, Frank, because I don't know why I said the word Frank, because it's really good. I'm really, really, really pleased with it. Sabitzer will start. We predicted that in no way is detrimental or undermining of Christian Eriksen. He's only just come back. Sabitzer starts, I believe it's his fourth game in a row for Manchester United for Sabitzer. He started against Newcastle, he started against Brentford, he started at the weekend, and he's starting against Sevilla. So for Sabitzer, this is really, really, really big news. Jack can't believe Harry Maguire lost his spot. Adam's crying. He'll have a question in the press conference, don't worry. But God, if anyone was really surprised by that, you need to get out more. But I'm very happy with the team, as is Sammy. Get your comments in. Yeah, we're very happy with that team. I mean, look, Dalot could have been at right back. It's Wan-Bissaka. I think the thing I find incredible about that is that we're trying to buy Frimpong, but we're trying to get Dalot on a new contract, so we're probably selling Wan-Bissaka, and yet he's starting ahead of Dalot in the Europa League. Go figure that one out. I can't figure that one out. Doesn't make any sense to me. But the team is De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Martinez, Varane, and Malacia. Obviously, Luke Shaw's injured. Casemiro returns. We've got Sabitzer next to him. I think this might be the first time we've seen Sabitzer and Casemiro start together. I think it's the first time they've started together. Bruno back at number 10 after his adventures into number 8 and number 6 over the last few weeks. Sancho on the left, Anthony on the right, Martial through the middle. I like this team, and we have got some updates on the sale of Manchester United as well, and we'll talk a little bit about Alexi McAllister. But yeah, I really do like this team. I think that the absence of Rashford is almost not as big as we thought it could be. Mohammed, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, I think it's a real boost to have a team that we can put out like that. And what I'm looking for from this team tonight is possession. What I'm looking for tonight is Sabitzer and Martial. They like to be part of the build-up. So does Bruno. Obviously, we know Anthony can be a little bit selfish at times with the cut-in, but you don't mind one player who can do that. But I think with Sancho and Martial, we've got a real link-up problem, real link-up problem for Sevilla there. That if we can get on, I'm expecting some good possession today, and Sabitzer in that role with Casemiro covering him. I think there's a real potential for a really good performance. And let's not forget, Sevilla ain't that good. They're not that good. So I'm very, very confident. Let's hope we can deliver. Gino's just gifted 5 United Stand memberships. He is a legend. Gino, thank you very much for that. And Armin says, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the first time Sabitzer and Casemiro playing together? I don't think it's the first time they're playing together, Armin, but I do think that it's the first time they've started. I may be wrong on that one. I don't know. But Gino the Goat in the chat, thank you very much. It's definitely their first start, says Nishant, who's a member as well. Let's just have a look at what some of the members' questions, give them a bit of shout out. Irish King's a member. He says the attacking options are awful on the bench without Rashi and Garnacho. Well, look at the bench. It's a very good point, Irish King. Thank you for being a member. And Gino the Goat says Mustafa, Devils 58 is very happy with the lineup. And United Metal's a member and says, I'm looking forward to seeing Sabamiro. There we go. Strong United side, says Dave. Let's have a look at the bench, and we can also have a look at let's have a look at the Sevilla side as well. I'll get that up on the screen for you as well. Just so you can have a look at that while I go and get the Manchester United bench list. I think Iqbal might be on the bench, but of course, remember in Europe you can have a bigger bench. And I don't mean it's wider and they get more comfort. I think you literally can have a bigger bench. So we've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench. We've got Butland, Vitek, Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Eriksen, Fred, Pelistri, Iqbal, Alanga, and Weghorst. The attacking options are limited. The midfield is fine with Fred and Eriksen. Defensively, you're always going to get a drop off if you lose any of your centre backs, but Delo, Lindelof and Maguire's fine. Eriksen and Fred is fine. But yeah, I agree. Attacking options, if it doesn't work out, no Garnacho, no Rashford, so you're reliant on really Alanga, Pellistri and Weghorst, which really means to me you're reliant on Pellistri because I just do not believe that Weghorst and Alanga consistently have offered as much this season. On the Sevilla team, you can see it on the screen there. Bono's in goal. They have been playing Dimitrovic in goal, but Bono's back in goal. Bono, elevation. Montiel, Nianzou, Marcao, Acuna, Fernando, Gudelj, Rakitic, Ocampos, Olivetti, and Lamela. So you will know some of those players. Ocampos, obviously, Lamela, Rakitic. There's a few players there. Telles doesn't start, if anyone was interested in that. But yeah, look, I'm very, very, very happy with the Manchester United side, and get your comments in. We'll get that stats carousel moving around freely now as well. Remember, the stats carousel is sponsored by OneFootball. You can download it through this QR code, or you can get it through the link in the description. During the match, those stats will update as they go by the second, but on the OneFootball app, you can get all your latest breaking football news for free on Apple and Android. Just download it through the link. But they do individualise their stats as well. So if you want to look at how many passes or tackles an individual player's made, you can check that out on the app during the game as well. So there's the United lineup. That's going to go round for you. Let's have a look what the chat is saying. We've got a new member, which is Sean Keen. Thank you very much. Got some exciting news, actually. I'll tell you now. Calling it now. This summer will be Kane. Whole month spent on trying to sell players for 15 million above their value. Erik Ten Hag will moan. Panic sentiment at the end. Jack, I've been saying that. You're nicking my ideas, but I think you're right. Adam Jones, welcome to the Members Club. And after how many goals you think Bruno and Casemiro take yellow cards, they are available for next round? Says Sarvish. Yeah, good point about that. Good point about that. They're both a yellow card away from a suspension, which I think may reset itself after the semi-final. I don't know, before the semi-final. Amrit says, have we got a predicted score? If any, what could be one weakness for us today? Hoping to take another big step towards the trophy. I think the only weakness is that Sevilla are very experienced in this tournament, but I don't really buy into that. Things change, teams change, mentalities change. I think they're there for the taking. How many Spanish teams have we played in this tournament so far? Betis, Sociedad, and Barcelona. I think Sevilla are the worst of the lot. I do. Doesn't mean that they won't beat us, but I do. Jake, welcome to the Members Club. Hello, Mark. Hope you're all well. Keep up the good content. Says it's Joey. Well, I'm going 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 tonight because I think that that's the safe scoreline. But I also think we could win it 3 or 4-0 and really put the game to bed. Like Coombe says, Sevilla are abysmal. And we've battered every single one of them as well. Yeah, we traditionally, before this season, weren't very good against Spanish sides. And under Erik Ten Hag, we've been fantastic. And I think, I've played the game. I haven't played the game. I've watched this other ball behind my head. I've been watching that the last couple of nights, the Champions League. And we're watching that tonight, the Europa League. But I think the standard in the Champions League is fantastic, and we're not there yet. That's what we need to improve on. However, I think that, we've been very, very efficient in this tournament. And I think that we've just got to go out there and deliver and do what we can. That's all we can do. Thanks to everyone who's joined as a member. Really appreciate that. Club 1878, who is a member anyway, says, I think this will actually be easy tonight. 3-0. Liverpool dropping Jude, but going for Rice and Caicedo. 130 million for Jude, at least 150 million for the others, says Club 1878. And hello, Mark. Hope you're all well. Keep up the good content. That was from It's Joey. I will talk to you about Bellingham in a minute. I'll talk to you about McAllister as well. And there's a bit of an update on Qatar. Adam won't be happy about no Maguire. It says 40-40. He still stands by the question. I mean, I like Adam. He's a big guy. That's not why I like him. But I mean, like, he's, I'll say what I think. I will. But, if he says something back, it's sort of a bit of a standoff. And he was very happy with the Harry Maguire question. I said I wasn't. He said he was, and I said, well, most people thought it was a crap question. Bye. But Maguire was never starting tonight. I don't know why people thought that was going to happen. Thanks to all the new members tonight. Very exciting news today. We have 2 dates now for our end of season tour. We did a mini tour in the international break just at the end of March. London, Manchester, and Dublin. We've got two dates now. They're going to be announced really, really soon. Very excited about where they're going to be. Very different show. If you went to the international break one, it's going to be a completely different show because it's going to be end of the season, transfers, bit of comedy stuff, etc. It was really good. They're coming out very soon. I can't tell you where they are at the moment, but they're coming out very, very soon. We'll do the same as we did last time. We'll release it to the members 24 hours before, so you've got priority because you do support the channel, and then it will go out mainstream as well. So really excited. We're hoping to get another date in June. There'll be early June. That's what I would say. Thanks everyone for that. Scotland, please, says Nan. We're working on it. We're working on Scotland. I got offered New York as well. I mean, I don't know if Man United do a pre-season game in New York, we'll do it. But I think it's all going to be West Coast, West Side. 100 million for Kane in June or 80 million for him in August, says Clamp. Can I just say, I think I read something today. I think it was absolutely fantastic. Manchester United have been linked with Alexi McAllister. We'll talk about that in a bit. But and I like Alexi McAllister. And basically, I do like him. We spoke about him a couple of days ago. But a lot of people talk about Jude Bellingham. Let me pop this in your. I nearly said let me pop this in your pipe. I mean, I'm talking about the pipe you smoke. But some people might get the wrong idea. Let me pop this in your mind. Better to say mind than head. Do you want to spend £120 million on Jude Bellingham, or would you rather get Manu Kone and Alexi McAllister and still have a bit of money left over? Do you want to spend £140 million on Jude Bellingham, or would you rather get Frenkie de Jong and a centre back, 70 million and 50? So I don't know why we're shopping in this whole this. I know Ten Hag's obsessed about him, but we're not that club yet. I think Pep Guardiola can say, yeah, spend £100 million on Jack Grealish. Go and get me Erling Haaland. Spend £150 million on the whole package. We're not there yet. We still have holes in our team and our bench. I don't think we're at the point where we spend £120 million on a player. I actually, personally, and it's all about opinion, I don't think we're at that stage. And I think Liverpool have made the right move. I don't think Liverpool should be buying one player for 120 million quid. And I don't think we should. I think there are players out there like Caicedo, Alexi McAllister, Manu Kone, Declan Rice, Frenkie de Jong, that aren't going to go for any more than 70 million, really, individually. And you want to spend another 50 on one player. I like Jude Bellingham, but I just don't think we're at that point where we spend everything on Jude Bellingham. I think that's what Man City and Real Madrid can do because they've got amazing squads. Hi, Mark. I know Sevilla have won this, but it's actually Unai Emery who was the manager all those times. Really excited about this team, says Ari. Thank you very much. I am as well. And I hope United give me a what? Oh, birthday. You know, when I just saw a B. Yeah. I hope United give me a belated birthday win. Let's go, says Detta. Thank you very much for that. Welcome to the Members Club, Lyle. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate your support. Do you think United can beat Real Madrid, says Sia? It doesn't matter. We can't play Real Madrid, so it doesn't matter. Get Kante. Less work for Bruno and Ericsson. Too old, Senator. I mean, well, it's not even too old. He's too injury prone. I feel exactly the same, says SK. To compete in all competitions and attack the Premier League, we need a quality squad. I would love Manu Kone. I just think we've got to spend wisely. I think that's what Manchester United need to do. I think we've got to spend wisely in the next transfer window. But of course, most of that will come down to whether we've got the expenditure or not. Now, interestingly, we are very Europa League focused. Feyenoord kicked off earlier against Roma. The score at the moment in the Netherlands is actually 1-0 to Feyenoord. They've had way more of the ball. Equal on shots on target, but Weafer has scored with an assist from Idrissi in the 53rd minute. It's 1-0 to Feyenoord. Now, Roma might fancy that back at home if they can keep it at that. But at the moment, that's how it stands. Just a reminder, next week, Manchester United against Sevilla is at 8 o'clock. Some people were thinking that was going to be a 5 o'clock kickoff. I think those days are over. I don't know why Roma and Feyenoord kicked off at like 6 o'clock, but they did. But United don't get one of those anymore. We'll be playing the 8 o'clock games. There we go. Would you like Lavia or McAllister, says Mustafa? I do like Lavia, but he's got Man City have got him locked down, haven't they? Because he's a former player of theirs, so they got first refusal. Since Ruben Diaz came back, City have not lost, says Pele. Yeah, this ain't the Man City channel. In fact, you probably won't find one. But yeah, we're not interested in that. And Sonic, welcome to the Members Club. Appreciate that. And thank you very much to Lyle. Now, I've got a couple of updates to bring you as well. Keep the conversation going. The United side is out, as is the Sevilla team, of course. Just reading here that apparently Al Nassr, I did a video on That's Football, that they'd offered 200 million, was it 100? No, 100 million euros to Jose Mourinho to go and be the new manager of Al Nassr, which is where Ronaldo is. But apparently they're interested in Zidane as well. Overwhelming offer there. Ridiculous money, isn't it? Anyway, I want to talk about Manchester United. I want to talk about some news in relation to the sale, because it's all going on. You know, it's typical. You get match day. It's been a bit quiet the last couple of days. Match day comes and we start getting some news. But I've got some quotes from Erik Ten Hag as well. But let me just give you this. Casemiro is just one yellow card away from a 4th suspension of the season and would miss the return leg against Sevilla if he picked it up today. As I say, if we won by enough games, it might be worth picking it up anyway. But Sky Sports have reported this evening that Manchester United I'm just looking at that. That's quite interesting. Manchester United, in relation to the sale, Sky Sports have reported this evening that Sheikh Jassim will make a final offer for Manchester United before the deadline for third bids on Friday the 28th of April. So he's planning to do it before then, and he remains completely committed to buying Manchester United and 100% of Manchester United. So a little bit of an update there. It has been a little bit quiet around Sir Jim and Al Thani for a while, but Sky is saying that he will put in another final bid for Manchester United and remains 100% committed to buying the football club. Who knows what's happening? Who knows what's happening with that? I like Jude, but is he £50 million than Frankie? No chance. I think Frankie de Jong is better. So therefore I would go for Frankie de Jong and Casido for 120 million, says WJ Barrett. I think, yeah, I mean, I would. I mean, if Casido and Frankie de Jong, if Frankie de Jong is going to leave, are going to cost the same as Jude Bellingham, only an idiot would go for Jude Bellingham, because Manchester United need quantity as well as quality. What I would say is there's no doubt that Jude Bellingham is a fantastic player. I'm not gonna deny that, but fantastic player he is. I Show Speed says, I miss you, Mark. I wonder if it's the real one. You can find out really quickly. It is! Oh my God, it is. It actually is. Wow, I hope you're doing well, fella. Not heard from you for a while. Probably doesn't like Man United now. We're just talking about Ronaldo, actually. Ronaldo playing in Saudi Arabia, as I'm sure you're aware. Jose Mourinho being offered the big bucks to go and manage him again. Zinedine Zidane as well has been offered that opportunity. But good to hear from you. I don't know whether I'm doing the Sidemen again this year, but hopefully we'll see what happens. Sui hits the chat. Yeah, look, would you take Kareem on a 1 year free next year, says Blake? No, I think Benzema's a fantastic player, but I think we've got to build for the future. And we were just talking about that with Jude Bellingham, weren't we? I think he's a fantastic player. As I say, he was playing 30 games in midfield at 16 in the Championship. You know, he's been playing at Dortmund as a teenager in the Champions League. I think he's a fantastic player, and he could well be the best midfielder in the world in 3 or 4 years. But where Man United are at the moment, of course you'd take Jude Bellingham. But I don't know whether that... I wouldn't take him if I could spend that money on 2 midfielders. Liverpool not going for Bellingham means we'll have to compete with them for other midfielders, says Akash. And Haddock the Addict, thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Carson's been a member for 34 months and says, in my opinion, buying Dortmund players is risky. Sancho's a luxury player, but Haaland is successful. Do you think Bellingham is worth it, says Carson? I think any player is worth what any club is willing to pay for them. But I think the problem with United is, if I'm being completely honest, I like Bellingham. He's a fantastic player. But I also think that he is a player that suits Man City or Real Madrid because they're adding final pieces to a. It's like adding icing to a cake that's already built. I think with United, we haven't even baked the cake yet, and we want to put the icing on. I'd love him at Manchester United, but I don't know whether it's the right thing to do. And also, we've got a limited budget. When you're Real Madrid or Manchester City, you spend £150 million on Jude Bellingham. You probably only need to buy one super sign. I mean, this is the best point. If you're Man City and Real Madrid, spending £150 million on Jude Bellingham works because you've won your domestic league, you've won the Champions League, whatever, or you're capable of it. You only need to add a marquee signing to what you've got, really, unless you're going through a major restoration. But Man United, we don't just need to spend £150 million on Jude Bellingham. We need a centre back, we need a striker, we need to improve the bench. I think Bellingham would be a brilliant signing for Manchester United after 2008 when we won the Champions League and the FA Cup. You put Jude Bellingham in there, brilliant. I mean, the fact that he was probably about 3 years old, I don't mean literally, but what I'm saying is, if you want to liken it to Man United, when you've won the league, buy Jude Bellingham, because you can afford to spend your whole budget on one player when you've already got a great squad. But for United, it's a lot of money to spend on one player. And you know what? He doesn't adapt to the Premier League, or he breaks his leg, and suddenly you're back where you are now with all your money gone. Would you sell Sancho if we could buy Bellingham? I don't see that. Jorg, I don't see that as, related, if I'm honest. Don't Glazers own 69%? How can they demand $6 billion for only 69% and not the whole club? The buyer will have to buy out shareholders too. I'm correct, says Cade. Oh yeah, mate, it's a money pit. It's a money pit. And Ate Your Chips says, analysis on Sevilla. They've been known to bring upsets in the Europa, or do you think Man United can run away with it? Sevilla are a mid-table club in La Liga. La Liga ain't that good. This Sevilla team are living on reputation that, as somebody said before, isn't even their reputation. It's like Ferrari buying Mini Metro and calling a Mini Metro a Ferrari. It's owned by Ferrari, but it's not a Ferrari. This is Sevilla, the team that's had a really good record in the Europa League. But it's not the Sevilla that had a good record in the Europa League. It's not managed by Emery. It hasn't got a lot of the same players. They're not a successful team. It's a bit like people getting scared of Man United over the last 10 years. We weren't very good. You can try and hope that your reputation will get you results, but this Sevilla team is not better than Betis, it's not better than Barcelona, and it's not better than Sociedad, and we beat all of those. Although we didn't beat Sociedad, actually, did we? They beat us and we drew. Mark, Ricky's going to be proven right. This will be our best attack, and I'm the handsomest member, says Nelson. Look, I think Ricky, we've obviously got the fan forum coming up later on tonight, and Ricky will be on it. I've got to say, I categorically do not think we're a better team without Marcus Rashford, and I don't think it's logical to say that when he scored so many goals. However, I think you can still be a good team and play a different way. And what I'm looking forward to seeing is, I don't agree that if Rashford was fit, he should be dropped. But sometimes Rashford himself benefited all those years ago in the Europa League when we had an injury striker crisis. I think it was Will Keane who was going to play up front. He got injured. We had no one else. Rashford plays, and that's the start of his career. So even Rashford himself will know that you can be a really good player, get injured, and other people can benefit. Our biggest problem is we need Rashford back anyway, because does anyone trust Martial to stay fit? Thoughts on McTominay as a backup striker, says Ajit. I think if you're desperate, you do it, but I don't think he's a striker. We need so many players for us to properly progress, but we are all expecting another classic Glazer summer. We even need a backup 10. Almada's perfect, says Mario Franco. Manchester United, the bane of Spain, says Ethan. I'm Harry Bane. I'm Bane. I'm Bane. Batman. I'm Bane. I haven't done that for ages. We will get more teams without Rashford, though, says Joe. Look, there's nothing I'd like to see more than Manchester United tonight turn it on and play some good football, because I think our attacks over the last few weeks have been a little bit sporadic in the sense that there's not been a lot of, team flow, etc., etc. But, I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit of possession, and that's not something to take for granted. Obviously, we've got the stats carousel going round, and you'll be able to see, when we see the stats on possession and stuff. I think if Man United can have 60% possession tonight against the Spanish side, that's really good. That's really good, and we've got the players to do that. I mean, Sabitz is a player I'm really interested in tonight. Keep your eye on that stats carousel. Right, another super chat coming in here. Savish says they have Europa League winners, but we have seasoned 5 times Champions League winners. Also, send Ricky to press conference from next time, says Savish. Akash says Martial needs to step up. Love him, but if he can't perform now consistently till the end of the season, I'm done, says Akash. He just needs to stay fit, Akash. And will Adam get a chance to ask if Maguire will be subbed on during half-time interviews? Says VU. Look, Maguire played well, according to many of you, on the weekend, but I rest my case. He is a backup centre-back. He plays when Varane needs a rest. That's his role at Manchester United. He can talk about how good he is. He can talk about how important he is. But when the important games happen, he's not in the starting lineup. And, you know, his role at Manchester United is to lift the trophy or play when Varane is rested. Doesn't matter what Southgate tells him. That's the truth. Does he want to stay here for another year? That's up to him. I think he will. We did beat Sociedad, but not by the amount of goals needed to top the group, says Milton Davis. It was a long time ago. I've forgotten. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. You're all very, very welcome. 8 o'clock kick-off for Manchester United tonight. Mark, have you ever been completely infatuated by a person to the point where you can't see their flaws? Like Adam sees Maguire, says Erik Casemiro. I mean, to be honest, this jumped up on me. I didn't even realise that, as the first stretch of the night, I didn't even realise that Adam was so obsessed with... I've spilt stuff on my bloody top. Oh. You know what that is? Caesar sauce. And it is Caesar sauce dressing. It's way too white to be anything else. Definitely is tangy. By the way, if you don't want this one, now I've spilt on it, but if you want to get one of these fantastic hoodies, you'll see it's pinned in the live chat, or you can go to United Stand Shopify. We do ship them worldwide. Our hoodies are amazing. The designs are fantastic. The quality is brilliant. If you want to get one, get it shipped worldwide. I wear mine out all the time, basically because I want people to go, is that Mark Goldbridge? And then they'll go, oh, it's obviously is. He's got a United Stand hoodie on. But no, I do wear them a lot. They're fantastic quality for just chilling out around the house or wearing it down the pub for a couple of pints. So check it out. We've pinned it in the live chat and it's in the video description, but it's United Stand Shopify and we do ship worldwide. So exclusively, everybody can get one of them. Mark, Casido's worth 70 million. I love the show, says Ray. Thank you very much. Mark, I'm going to go 3-0. What about you? Cameron, I've gone 2-0, but I think we can do 3. And Nihal says, I hope you're well, sir. I hope you're well as well. Nihal, correct me if I'm wrong, or is it the first time seeing Casemiro and Sabitzer together? Let's go. I think they have played together in substitution roles. I think you're right. I don't think they've started together as a midfield too as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. VU says Adam is going to sneak into Leicester's presser to ask if selling Maguire is the reason they're in a relegation scrap. Very, very good. Very, very good. Thanks for the super chats tonight. You can do that through the $sign, of course. Let's get a few quotes from Erik ten Hag because he has been speaking ahead of the game tonight. Let's see what he's got to say. It's about winning finals. Erik ten Hag, when asked about this tournament, he says it's about winning finals and it's only about that. The rest is preparation. It's about the actual silverware. On Bruno Fernandes, he said this. Oh, he didn't do the yawn. He said, Ten Hag said this, Bruno can play so many roles. He can play in the wide area and he can play as a number 10. In a deeper role, he never did it in professional football, although he told me he started as a centre-half and a right-back. There you go. Bruno Fernandes started as a centre-back and a right-half. He played very, very well. We gave him man of the match by a landslide at the weekend against Everton, and he did play as a deep-lying midfielder. But Bruno Fernandes, for me, is best as a number 10. And I think today it will benefit Bruno because I think sometimes Bruno plays and he knows. Sometimes when you play as a number 10 or a number 8 and you know, or even a number 6, and you know you've got Marcus Rashford in the team, you automatically get your head up and look for that explosive pace all the time. When you haven't got that explosive pace, and we haven't tonight, you've got to get your head down and look for a pass and play more intricate. So it might benefit Bruno tonight as well, playing with Sancho, Martial and Anthony, and knowing that he hasn't got that ball in behind all the time. On the return of Casemiro, he said yes, but Eriksen and Martial are also back, so it's a big boost for the team. When Martial's on the pitch, he will score, he will link up, he will do a good job in the press. He's really important for us when he's fit. He's massive for us. Anthony Martial is ready. He could have started against Everton. So with Rashford injured, it's logical that we start him. I hope for him that he stays fit and gets some games in a row. He needs that for his confidence. Yeah, look, I love that. I love that about Martial. I mean, Erik Ten Hag is obsessed with Anthony Martial. And, you know, what? I can't speak. What's this nonsense? Breaking news on That's Football Twitter account, at That's Football TV. Check it, I'm not lying. Breaking news, I can't speak. Chelsea have extended the contract of Enzo Fernandez until 2032. The year is 2023. That's a 9-year deal. I can't speak. What the bloody hell is going on there? I can't speak. That is amazing. That is absolutely... I know it's got nothing to do with Manchester United, but... That is amazing. That is amazing. Good player, but he's literally... I mean, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be like... Does Todd Bowley not look at the team? They're not performing well. Erland, welcome to the members club. SK says, I'm hoping for 3-0. I hope we don't take them lightly. Casido for 70 million. How much could Ralph have got him for? Says SK. And hi, Mark. It's been a while. I love the show. Predict 3-0 win. Can we talk about potential signings real quick? A replacement for Adam, says Ivan. Leave Adam alone. Come on. Anthony's going to be a top player, says Alex Golding. Love your work, Mark. Keep it up. Also, Adam to be sold this summer. Post Maguire comments. Bloody hell, Alex. And Mark, word is Casemiro and Bruno are 1 yellow away from suspension in the Europa, says Oliver Glenn. Thank you very much for your super chats there. You can do it through the $sign. I believe 100% that Casemiro is definitely 1 yellow card away, and I think you're right as well in the sense that I think Bruno's 1 yellow card away. But I don't follow the Europa League that intense, but I presume that yellow card rule will have to reset before the final because it's not fair. Ivan's just gifted a membership. Thank you very much for that. It's probably something to do with financial fair play from Chelsea, if we're being completely honest. There we go. I like the lineup, says Sean Patterson. How do you get a gifted free membership, says Manic? So somebody's got to gift the free memberships, which you can do through the $sign. You'll get a free month then, and it's up to you whether you want to renew it and keep your badge. But I like what YouTube does if you gift memberships because it just allocates it randomly to people. You've said Sabitzer wouldn't start in our midfield, but I'd start him over Eriksen in tough away games where we need the extra energy and physicality, says Colin. Well, Colin, thank you very much for that conversation because I think it's worth just spending a minute on Sabitzer. What I said about Sabitzer is I wouldn't buy him if he's just going to sit on the bench behind Eriksen and Casemiro and Bruno because we're talking about Bellingham, Frenkie de Jong, Casido. All these players will cost a lot of money, and if we buy them, we would expect them to start and compete to start. So why would you buy Sabitzer if he's behind Fred or McTominay or Eriksen? You know, it makes no sense. But tonight, he's ahead of Eriksen. So I don't think we need to make a change. I mean, this is very much like the Solskjaer thing, isn't it? I don't want to see people singing Sabitzer's at the wheel and let's give him a contract before the end of May. Let's wait till the end of May. Let's give him the next 7 weeks in the Premier League, the Europa League and the FA Cup, and let's see how many games he plays and how well he plays. And if at the end of May he's started 80% of our games and played really, really well, let's keep him. But if he hasn't, let's send him back. That's as simple as that. We've got to be ruthless this summer. We've got to be aggressive in the market. And, I like Sabitzer. I really, really do. And I think tonight's probably the first game he gets to play in his best position with the best players around him. So you know, Sabitza's got a great opportunity tonight. I was very, very impressed with Sabitza. I think it was the Brentford game, the amount of flick-ons he was winning. Elliot says, Mark, after Adam's poor display midweek, what does he have to do to keep his place on the United stand over the coming months? Thanks for the super chat. Arif, welcome to the members club. Thank you very much. And George says, Mark, Adam's losing it. In the other day, he praised Murta and Arnold. Maybe he's looking for a job on MUTV. You know, maybe that's where Adam sees his career going, because if he's asking questions about Maguire and he's praising Murta and Arnold, maybe that's his aspiration. I mean, it's a step down from United stand, but, you know, not everybody's ambitious. Sorry, Marky, but Foden has a better trim than you, says Yash. And Washington Commanders, NFL, sold for $6 billion. Do you think that has any impact on the United sales, says Jacob? No, not really. I think Dallas Cowboys is valued at 10 billion, isn't it? NFL values is very different to the Prem. Shout out from South Africa, says Lazidi. Can we all appreciate how much Ten Hag picks teams we mostly agree with? Great shows by the team. Oh, yeah, you know, the amount of time we've spent on team selections over the last few years where we'd still be talking about it now. I'm really excited about this United side tonight. Welcome to the Members Club, Irfan or Irvin. And Grosser says, Mark, if the Glazers are here for the summer transfer window, what do you think our budget will be? Right, few people want to talk about this. We've still got 20 minutes or so till the start of the game. Let's go, says Aish, who's a member for 45 months, and I don't think I'll be able to handle another Casemiro suspension, says James Smith. I think that the... let me just get rid of Dak. I think that the summer transfer window is very difficult for me to predict. I think that if the Glazers are in charge, you're looking at probably £150 million all in. There'll be no more than that. Spend 150. I don't even care about net. I don't care about how many we sell. We won't spend any more than £150 million if the Glazers are still here in the summer. Now, some people would say that's a lot, but if you get new owners, I think they're going to spend 250, which is nearly 100% increase. So, and the difference between a budget of 150 and 250 is, with 150, you get a striker and an okay midfielder. With 250, you get a really top-class striker, a top-class midfielder, and a top-class centre-back. So it's the... Lucas says, up the Croppel Bishop, massive. Always. Hi, Mark. Yellow cards reset after the second leg against Sevilla. I thought that would be the case. As thank you, United Av, for your super chat there. So I think that when it comes to the summer transfer window, the reason anybody with a brain would be frustrated about the Glazers staying is because there's a massive difference in the budget. I completely disagree that we won't spend anything if the Glazers stay. We will, but we won't spend as much. And some people can't switch the brain onto that. Some people will go, well, if we get Harry Kane and Sabitzer, you can't moan about that. The Glazers have done a good job. You're an idiot. Because with new owners, you'd get Harry Kane or Osman, you'd get Casido, De Jong, or Rice, or someone like that, and you'd get a Timber and Kim Min-jae, which is exactly what we need. We won't get all three if the Glazers stay. Absolutely no chance that sort of money will be available, because we're £1 billion in debt with the Glazers. Hi Mark, hope you're well. Just been accepted as an intern academy coach at a championship club. Love the game, you've inspired me and I'm buzzing, says Chal. I love that story, mate. Love that story. You know what? I don't shout people out unless they want to, because obviously it's their personal information. But there's a guy who is a Mancunian boxer, and he was at the United Stand show, and he came backstage afterwards, and I was like, mate, just keep us up to date with your story, because he said, I love the United Stand. And I'm massively interested in people who are, United Standers who are out there doing stuff like that. So keep us informed with what you're doing, mate. Really, really impressive. Gino, thank you very much for your super chat, and welcome to the members, Colin Rogers and H. Hi, Jay. Thank you very much for becoming a member as well. You can do that through the join button if you want to. Let's go to a couple of the members, actually, because we like to mix it up a bit. And Jose's a member. He says, on Enzo, if true, Bowley is bringing baseball-type contracts to the Premier League. Marcus, MUFC Forever, says, live football app, Google Play. Okay, don't know what he's talking about there. Glazers out, says Gabriel, who is actually a moderator as well. Felix says, I would also want another left-footed winger. There we go. Well, the more money you've got, comes from the new owners, the more options you've got. Summit, welcome to the members club. And Nathan wants me to show my bare feet. And United Stand Canada Tour, says HX. I'm up for it. WWE 2K23 team tag team, Adam and Maguire versus Mark and Deitch, says that. I'm not having Deitch. It can be Adam and Maguire against Goldbridge and Casemiro. Oh, if anyone can make the characters, we'll do it, and I'll film it. Come on, United, says Nick. We've got another super chat coming in from Shaheen. He says, do you see a way back for Donny? Maybe a backup number 10 for next season. Great question. And I think the lineup we've got today is one of the strongest teams we can put out, says Jonas. Welcome to the members club, Calhan. Look, in relation to Donny van der Beek, I don't even know how long Donny van der Beek is out for. I don't know. I just don't know how long he's out injured for. So it's very, very, very difficult to say what his chances are. He ain't going to leave in the summer. I think some people think, oh yeah, he'll leave in the summer. I can't see him leaving in the summer because I just don't think anyone's going to want to buy him when he's injured, and I don't think he'll be back. My feeling with Donny van der Beek is that he probably won't be back playing until about November time, so he will probably have to be given some chance at Manchester United. But my honest thoughts on Donny, I just don't think it's going to work out. I wanted it to work out for a very long time, but I don't think. I just don't think it will. But look, let's hope it can. Oh God. Oh, just read something there. It just made me think about something. I can't talk about that before the game. Mark. 4-0 to Man United, says Jaden. Roy, thank you very much for your super chat. Zeus says, hi Mark, is there a possibility Erik ten Hag gets frustrated with the Glazers in the transfer market and decides he's not getting the backing he deserves? Should we be worried? Says Zeus. I mean, he's not going to go anywhere. He's loving the job. He's not going to go anywhere, but, he wouldn't be the first Manchester United manager to get frustrated. He's already frustrated. I spoke about that a couple of days ago. He's already frustrated, and why wouldn't he be? Most memorable United moment, Mark, says Ashley. It's the easiest question I'll ever get asked. It's always going to be 99. It's always going to be that final. It's always going to be that Sheringham goal, quickly followed by the Solskjaer goal. Thank you, Ashley. Do you know if the new owners would be allowed to spend in the transfer window once they are announced as the winning bid, or do they have to wait? No, they should be able to do it. United have, but you don't know how many hoops you've got to jump through. To be fair, $6 billion for each Glazer member is why they are holding off, says ACD. Well, no, they won't get $6 billion each because there's 5 of them. They're not going to sell it for $30 billion. Connor says, Mark, I've got my assignment results back and I got 700 out of 700. I'm now a qualified cybersecurity analyst. Just to make this day better, let's get a 3-0 United win. Connor, 700 out of 700. That's exceptional. You should always get a couple wrong just so you don't look like a complete and utter know-it-all. But in fairness, well done. That's very impressive. Where did you get the answers from? Harry B, hi Mark. Surely when a business is valued, it looks at its profits. Why is United worth 5 to 6 billion when it makes nowhere near that in revenue? It's confusing. Oh, it's Harry B. It's projected. That's why. It's this club could be worth this. That's why we want this. Hi Mark. Do you plan on bringing the United Stand tour to Belfast? Says Robert. Well, Robert. If I speak, I'm in trouble on that. I can neither confirm or deny that we will be doing a show in Belfast in early June. But let's just say, watch this space. Tickets will be going out very soon for 2 dates in early June. We'll put it out to the members 24 hours before, and then we will go after that to the general public. But looking forward to it. I loved the tour in March, and we're going bigger and better in June because it's going to be end of the season, and we're going to make it interactive. We might get Adam to come over and just do some of the, hold a mic up, but just don't get him on Maguire, because don't let him ask. Don't if Adam puts the microphone in front of you on the tour, speak. Don't let him speak first, because he'll go, "What do you think about Harry Maguire? Do you think he should be in the team? Do you like Harry Maguire's haircut? How valuable is Harry Maguire? Do you think we should give him a new contract?" So just get your questions in. Hi, Mark. Thanks very much for your well wish, mate. I have sent you an Instagram message just thanking you. I'll send you the rest of the details, mate, says Chal. That might be a mission for me to find it on Instagram because I'm rubbish at Instagram messages. No, Mark, I meant 1 billion each for member of the Glazers. You're 100% right there, ACD. And Mark, I'm a football coach and want to prove myself. I have an apprenticeship hopefully lined up. Any advice, says Hexic. Yeah. Do well. Mark, could you get Ollie on the show, says Tony. Can you imagine Ollie on the show? He'd be mad. He'd be mad, Ollie. He'd be like, you, Karaki and me were trying our best and you were horrible. You were horrible to us. Ollie, I just want to talk about your goal in the 99 final. You know, you were a bad coach. Let's focus on the positives. I won't. I want to talk about what you said about us. Best away record ever. Am I a surgeon? And I'm a surgeon and waiting here in the operating room to start a long procedure and we'll be listening to United Stand to get through the next couple of hours, says Danny. Don't put that pressure on me, Danny. But hopefully it goes well. It has to go well. It's a big procedure. You've literally got someone's life in your hands. Most of us never have life in our hands. It's got a pulse, but it's not a life. It's an attachment. Ajit says, thank you for all of the content, Mark. I have a partially torn Achilles and your videos helped me get through it. Ajit, stay strong, mate. It's injury is a tough thing. It's a mindset. What player at United would you love to have had given more chances before they got rid of over the years? I would say Zaha, says Alan. I think you picked a good one, Alan. I think for me, Utrecht, welcome to the Members Club. It's out on Friday. The Last Kingdom movie tomorrow. Schweinsteiger was a player I wish had got more games, but obviously he was at the end of his career. Daniel says, I bought the London tour ticket the minute it was released, had to cancel whilst driving to Clapham as I had an emergency on the journey, says Daniel. What was the emergency? We're all thinking it. We may as well ask. Shame you missed it, mate, because the show was really good. Hopefully you'll be able to come to the next one. Fergie Mack, welcome to the Members Club. And Billy Thomas says, your Ollie impression is starting to have shades of Sean Dyche. We don't hear Ollie talk anymore, do we? So, Gummy says, does the United Stand affect your family life? Thanks for all the hard work, says Gummy. Well, it does to a certain extent. If you think about Boxing Day nights, I was sat having a few drinks, playing a bit of charades. What happens? Gakpo signing for Liverpool, so you've got to run in the next room and do a video. So it always, but work, I had that when I was in the police, I've had it, I've had it with other jobs as well. It can impact on your life, but, I like what we do. We've got a good community. Joshua Bowater says, the one thing I miss about the Ollie days is the songs. Not sure if my favourite is When the Going Gets Tough, Ollie Gets Rough, or the Give It Time, we're back in 1989, says Joshua Bowater. Yeah, if you can't remember the songs that we had for Ollie era, we had Give It Time, we're back in 1989, or what was the other one? When the going gets tough, Ollie gets rough. Ollie gets rough. We had some good songs, didn't we? We had some good songs. We all love Ollie. I actually really enjoyed Abdul as one of the members. He says Ollie's at the wheel. I actually enjoyed Ollie's at the wheel at the time, but if I sing it now, a part of me dies inside. It's like I internally throw up. Because there's a video of me outside Old Trafford when we beat Southampton 3-2. And we'd come back from behind. I think Lukaku scored 2 and Pereira scored the winner. And it was like, Ollie's at the wheel. And it was just like, we didn't offer him the contract, but we did play a big part in it, And that song really was the reason Ed Woodward got that contract out. So we all had a part in that. This ain't looking good, Bradford says Time's End. Thank you very much. Ashley says, hi Mark, loving the show. Will you be doing a show in Birmingham? I'd like to do a show in Birmingham because it's central England. I would like to do a show in Birmingham. We've done Manchester and London. But look, we're trying to sort a couple of out and we'll announce it when we can. And I'm really looking forward to it. Ollie is a legend. Of course he's a legend. There's no doubt about that. Anthony looked uncomfortable coming off the pitch after the warm-up, says Sultan. We can't afford any more injuries. I mean, I think that's a great point by Sultan. We can't really afford any more injuries in attack. I know a lot of people are thinking about Anthony Martial, but Anthony is, his name's not Anthony, by the way. Anthony has been quite injury prone. I mean, I've heard a lot of people this week, because we know Rashford's out for a month. A lot of people this week have been saying Martial won't get through the next month, so what are we going to do? But when you look at the season, Sancho's hardly played this season, so we don't know what his injury record's like. And Anthony has been quite injury prone as well. So it's not just Martial that we need to fingers crossed. It's also Anthony and Sancho as well. Of course, Garnacho's not back yet, and then you're relying on Alanga, Pellistri, and Weghorst. I mean, I'm not saying all three are going to get injured, but we'd be screwed if they did. Hi, Marky. Does your wife call you Mark? Says Connor. No. Anthony down the tunnel on his own. Looked a possible injury, says Rory. I hope not. Let's have a look if we can find anything. Let's have a quick look if we can see anything going on Twitter. Anthony has appeared to hurt his back in the warm-up. He should be all right to start. That's from Manchester Evening News. If we lose anybody, the next person on the team has got to be Pellistri. 10 Hag, Scott McTominay dropped out with an injury. Casemiro needs the minutes after some games out, so I think it's logical to pick this midfield tonight. I mean, God. Erik, are you seriously trying to hint that if McTominay hadn't dropped out with an injury, you might have put Casemiro on the bench? Are you having a laugh? Anthony down the tunnel, says Rory C. We saw that one. Hi, Mark. Other than Man United, who would you support, says Rayhan? I can't answer that question. I find that question... You do get people who ask you that question. I don't think it's a question anybody can ever answer. Like, if you didn't support Manchester United, who would you support? Well, I don't support Man United if I can answer that question, because I can't imagine supporting anybody else. And if I wanted to support somebody else, I could do. So I don't want to support anybody else. I can't imagine supporting anybody else. So no, I can't. I just can't answer it. I like Juventus, but that's just for very different reasons, really. Italian connection. Also Notts County. I'm from Nottingham, oldest league club in the world. Black and white kit, which is where Juventus got their kit from. So I just quite like the Juventus story. I wish they'd stop bloody cheating though. How about Gdansk's song "Careless Whisper"? I'm never gonna Gdansk again. Guilty feet. Who was that about? That was about Arsenal, wasn't it, Bateman? The Glazers are the gift that keeps on gifting to Man City, says Bjorn. Left wing Martial, striker Weghorst, right wing Sancho, says Zal. I really don't want to see Weghorst in the team. I think, regardless of Rashford's injury, since Weghorst came out of the team against Brentford last week, we've been a much better side, haven't we? What does your wife call you, says Dan? I mean, is this turning you on, Dan? Like, I'm not going to start talking about what my wife calls me. Pratt, normally. If the guitar bid is for 100% and Sir Jim's is for 69%, Glazers owned, but both is around the same value, will Sir Jim's be more appealing to the Glazers, says Torfik? I don't know. We don't. There's a lot of speculation. The honest answer is we just don't know, do we? Hi, Mark. Tune in, light. Been a busy one. Hope you're well. Feeling good. 3-0 win. Let's go, says Tumbleweed. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Tumbleweed. And I think, yes, we are in a situation where we should be winning this game very comfortably. Those games can be quite dangerous. We saw it with Real Madrid against Chelsea last night. Very similar situation. Everybody expected Real Madrid to win, but Chelsea have got good players, even though they're having a bad season. And, sometimes being the underdog is easy, isn't it? And I think that Chelsea certainly, made it difficult for Real Madrid at times. So sometimes being expected to win 2 or 3-0 is a dangerous thing. We haven't got Rashford. There are a few changes, and I think patience might be important tonight, because it will be defence against attack. Game day, Mark. Casemiro is back. Time to get out the pawn and get in the mood before a successful night out with the mates, says Sif. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Dan, search for a video with True Jordy and Mark, and he reveals his actual name, says Joshua. God, that was a long time ago. I really, you know what? That's when I really used to quite like the kickoff. It was good fun then. I think Sevilla will have a lot of the ball, says George. I don't, George, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. Chelsea are going to get smashed by Madrid at Stamford Bridge. Okay, and Mark, we need to find Kev from Dublin, says Taylor. Well, as long as everyone doesn't think it was Kev from the United Stand, that's all right. Make sure you smash a like on the video, by the way, and subscribe. I think our subscriber count is out. I'm just going to check. Let's have a quick look. That's the wrong channel. I'm on That's Football. Trying to make a move just to stay in the game. I'll try to stay awake and remember my name, but everything's changing and I don't feel the same. We're nearly on 629,000, so please do subscribe. We're about 50 away from 629,000 on the road to 630,000. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Please subscribe. Remember, the United Stand is live every night at 8 o'clock. Every morning at 10 o'clock and everything in between. Lots of content and get involved. Thank you very much. I've just changed that to 629 in the anticipation that we will hit it. So subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks, everybody. Loving that lineup. Bateman, very welcome. Thank you very much for being a member. 130 million, Bellingham will buy Casido and McAllister, says FIFA Crazy. Yeah, we spoke about that. Ouch, my ears, says the Irish Movement. You cheeky get. You cheeky get. There's no need for anything like that. I'm trying my best here. Players are in the tunnel, liking this team, but the proof is in the pudding. Can it deliver on the pitch tonight? That's the main thing. I've just really forgotten something that I absolutely have to have for this game. Talk amongst yourself for 20 seconds. Time me. I want to get my water. I forgot it. Not in the right bloody place. I've ruined it. I bloody ruined it. I'm Ronnie Pickering. It wasn't in the right place. I can't find my bloody water. I'd have been quicker getting a new water. I don't know. Still sell bench starts. Casemiro, Rashford and Bruno. Mark, being as it's a super chat, I'll do it for you. Sell bench start. I'm going to start Casemiro. I'm going to bench Bruno. I'm going to sell Rashford. I wouldn't do any of them, but you asked me. Evening, Mark. Love the show. Are you bringing Incy back? Says Lily. I don't know. We'll have a look at the summer. In the summer, I know he'll be taking a few weeks off. He's not going to come straight on, is he? Hi, Mark. Who is today's Pratt of the Day? Says Ishmael. We'll find one. Enzo, 10 years at Chelsea. Poor bloke. Seen murderers get less. Says Little Bean. Is that a giant dildo on the shelf? Says Rory. Where? I'm not even going to look. And so glad Sabitzer and Casemiro finally starting. I think this could really work, says Jonathan Garland. Thank you for all the super chats. Really appreciated. Keep them coming in. Keep your normal chats coming in. Thanks everyone who's subscribing. Mark, did you get your YouTube button for 1 million? I have, Gil. I don't know where it is. There you go. Where's this massive thing that you're talking about? Because I can't see anything that's big like that. Rory, if you think there's a massive dildo in the background, you must hide in the showers, because there's nothing that resembles anything like that apart from a mug, which is about 3 inches big. Bloody hell. Right, let's go. Go on United, says Oscar. Mark, thoughts on Maguire getting rotated, says Frederick. Well, Adam is apparently fuming. He's already done his match reaction and the game's not kicked off. Where's Maguire? Rory is the Pratt of the Day. says RZ. No, he's got enough to worry about. If he thinks a mug is a dildo, he's got enough to worry about. You know what? That Sir Alex Ferguson book, Behind My Head, that was a gift from somebody who attended the United Stand tour. Somebody also gave me a picture of Scooby-Doo and wanted a picture of it, but that's there. Why are Man United wearing the black shorts, says Jal? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Change the blue light in the background to red. Well, we can do. I mean, ultimately, we could go for Europa League. I can't do it now. We could go for a bit of a... I don't like that. We could go red. We don't want green. We don't want blue. We could go for Europa League, a bit of yellow. Could go like that. Mark, let's get this timer going first. Mark, would you take? Anyway, we're up and running. I've got to say, I quite like Manchester United in black shorts. Timer's up and running. Mark, would you take a 21-year-old Pogba back if possible? Says Tony. Well, I mean, he's a good player. He was a good player. Daniel Derbyshire, thank you for being a member for 30 months. I quite like United in the black shorts. I don't know why, I've always liked the black shorts. People want red. United could be 1-0 up here. Jadon Sancho! Goal, Manchester United! It's a goal for Manchester United! He's given offside. You absolute cretin. You absolute cretin. How's he offside there? Ten Hag smiling. I can't see how he's off. Sabitzer, Anthony. Oh, Sancho. He's gone too early. He went too early. I didn't think. You know what? When you think they're not off, it's because they shouldn't have been off. He was clearly offside, like somebody just said there. And Pedge says he was way off. But you know what? He shouldn't have been off. That's the problem. He should not have been off there. But he was. We go again. What a start that would have been. Ridiculous start, Fenix says. But good start from Man United. Nice little tempo balls here. Casemiro gets fouled. I'm with you, BV. I like the black shorts. Is there anything in that? Hardly anything. Next to nothing. I'm going to have to think where this water is. Yeah, I don't blame Sancho. I think he's just a little bit eager. It's the first minute of the game. You're not even into the rhythm of the game, are you? So, just one of those. But good start by United. I'm going to say this. It always reminds me of playing Everton when we play in the black shorts and black socks. But I like United in the black shorts and black socks. Normally white shorts, black socks. But, yeah, I like it. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Make sure you smash the like on video and subscribe and share the video. United have started off quite well here. Everyone's naturally in their right position. Bruno is playing in the midfield. I think Bruno might be playing a little bit deeper. He's playing as the 8. I agree with Vacation Papi. So Sabitzer looks like he's playing as the 10, which is rather interesting because we know that Bruno in a deeper role gets to see more of the pitch. So look, that might be something that's... well done, Anthony. Lovely turn by Anthony. He's got Martial if he wants him. He slips it into Martial if he can put the cross in, and he can't quite, but good play by United. It's nice to see this link-up play that we don't always see, and quick link-up play. But look at this from Anthony. You can't argue with that. Sit down, Agabia Gonglahor. Fantastic little play by Anthony there. We want to see more of that. Turn, run, pace, direct, pass. Lively, says Melons. Or Meloni. I'm thinking about something else. But that's what we want to see from Anthony. You know, all those others who've been in the Anthony club, patience. We want to see more of that. Crap corner. God knows what that was all about. Here's Bruno. Sancho took it. It was a rubbish corner. He's now going to try and put a cross in. And United have wasted this opportunity, and it's going to allow Sevilla to make a break. They're going to switch it here, Sevilla. They've got a bit of an overlap. And they're into the box. There's plenty of United players back, but St Martinez is there just scouting him out wide. Good play by Martinez, and nearly gave a foul up, but here's Sancho, and he's lost it. Mark, I bought some Sneak, arriving tomorrow, says Taylor. I hope you use the code SneakBridge. Thanks very much, mate. Tellez is not playing. Oh, people are already starting. This is what happens when Rashford doesn't play. Unselfish, fluid football. Morgan's liking the black shorts. You know what? If I was Ten Hag, that would really get on my nerves. Literally a metre behind him, there's a couple with their kid and they're giggling away. I wouldn't like the fans that close. I would be like, can you politely stop acting like this is a comedy show? We're not managed by Moyes anymore. This is Ten Hag ball. Appreciate it or get out. Sevilla on the attack. Goes out for a throw-in. Lee loves Anthony. Why are we wearing black shorts? Presumably because Sevilla haven't got a kit where they can wear anything other than white shorts, I suppose. They've probably got red and white shorts as their home and away. In which case, United can just wear black. Get it out! Get it out! That's what she said. And has that gone for a corner or a goal kick? I think it's gone for a goal kick. It can't be a bloody corner. Yeah, it's gone for a goal kick. I don't like this goal kick, but a lot of teams do it these days. You put both your centre-backs in the box, you pass it to your goalkeeper, and then they're not even pressing De Gea here. Come on, we've got to get the tempo up. Nice ball by De Gea into Bruno. I like that. That's good from De Gea. It's good from Bruno. Confidence. Hit it that long. Play it into feet. We're up the pitch. Very good. Here's Anthony. He's looking lively tonight, Anthony, I tell you. Bruno into Malacia. Going to wide to Sancho. Nice patient possession. Good to see. Bruno. Bad pass. Goes back and wins it, but... I go do, says JS. I've gone with the 2-0 win, Jordan. I'd love to see us win 3 or 4-0. I think it's possible, but you know, it's they're still a team with a good reputation in Europe, and I think it's a bit disrespectful to assume we're going to win 3 or 4-0. But I've gone for the safe 2-0. I love the black shorts for 2. Martial plus Anthony equals fire, says Thomas. Thank you very much for being a member for 36 months. That's 3 years. Thank you very much for your support, pal. Bit of a steady start here from United. Could have been 1-0 up. Sancho was offside, but it was a good bit of play from a Sevilla mistake. And a foul by Malacia here. That was a foul as well. Yeah, and as we said, you know, we've got it. We can talk about 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, but actually we do want to be taking something to Spain next Thursday. We don't want to be taking even a 1-0 on its own. I still think we'd be all right over there, but it's going to be a hard game over there if we've got nothing to work with. You know, ideally, you want to do what Man City did and just kill the tie off in the home leg. Casemiro down in his own corner. Weird pass, but it finds its way to Martial. Hey, ref, we don't want those sort of fouls on Martial. Rakitic, yellow card, please. Martial gets up. Sabitza's always occupying the centre-backs. It's very interesting, says NYYK. Yeah, I don't like those sort of tackles on Martial because he's made of glass. It's like when you drop a bottle of milk. Is it going to leak? Is it going to smash? Ewan Gray, welcome to the Members Club. At least we can't face Villarreal, says Crates. But a 50-50 half at the moment. Martinez comes across. I think that's going for a corner as well. Yeah, a bit of a sluggish start from United. I wouldn't say it's a bad half, but Sevilla obviously starting off with their intent. And, you know, it's not been a dominant start from Manchester United. I don't think it's been a bad half, but, you know, there's a lot of change in the team. There is no Rashford. Sancho, Anthony and Martial is a new front three. Casemiro's come back after an absence, so Casemiro, Sabitzer and Bruno's a new front three. The only stability really there is the back four, and even that, Malacia has not been playing that much. So it's a much changed United side. We're not necessarily going to play with rhythm. Jonathan Garland, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Waleed says Sabitzer and Casemiro. Hope we see the real Sabitzer today. Well, the interesting thing about that, Waleed, is it's not Casemiro and Sabitzer in a two like we've got, because Casemiro and Bruno, and Sabitzer's playing as the 10. Here we go. Good block by Martinez, edge of the box. Another shot, hits their own player, and offside given. So Bruno actually playing in a deeper role. There's going to be a yellow card here. Yellow card for Montiel. I think he threw the ball away or something. So watch out for this referee. Snap says it's right. Oh yeah, he booked Montiel for throwing the ball away, which is petulant and silly. There we go. Bit harsh, I agree with Gur, but it benefits us. Oh, bad ball by Anthony. We're just struggling to get out of our half at the moment. Sevilla are having the better game. Hello, Mark, says Barmer. Hope you're doing well, Barmer. Well-known Barmer. He's gifted some memberships in the past. Go on, Anthony. He's got it. He's got it. We've got a 2v3 here. He's very wide. There's a switch on there. And again, Sabitzer, go wide. Oh, God. That could have been it. Tried to get Bruno in. Good break by United. Better. Enjoy Writing says, I agree, Martial is far too fragile. Would our rivals tolerate such an injury-prone player? Fingers crossed for him. Well, whatever the future is for Anthony Martial, the present is all that matters. We can't replace him at the moment. And the cold, harsh fact is that he's out, Rashford's out injured, and we need Martial to stay fit for the next 7 weeks. What we do in the summer is up for debate, yeah, but we need him to stay fit. Hi, Mark. Saw you live in London. I had such a fantastic time and met some great people. The beer was expensive. Love the community. Love the channel, says Only Pokemon. I don't think I even got a beer in London. By the time I got back to the hotel at 11:30, they'd called last orders. I said, you're a hotel bar in London. What are you doing, you prats? Lovely play by Martial here. That's great. Anthony, lay it off. Oh, he's still got it. Here's Sancho. Jadon Sancho, lay it off. Anthony shoots. Good save, good play, good play. Martial, Anthony and Sancho all involved there. Love that link-up play. The acceleration of Martial to take it from halfway through the half into the penalty box. Anthony getting involved. Sancho laid it off. Good shot, good save. Nice to see those three intricate passes. And I tell you what, it was a good shot by Anthony. Good play, good play. Corner for Man United. Sancho, not a bad cross. Well headed away. Sabitzer will pick it up. Got the ball, get up. Look at that player. Look at that diver there. That's typical. He should get booked for that. Sabitzer went in a 50-50. He did a roll around. Referee said play on, and he jumped up because nothing was wrong. Complete and utter simulation. They call these match-going fans the real fans, yet only 25% of them chant, we want Glazers out. I get the other chant being too spicy, but still, says Sumi. I don't think we need to be like that. Come on, we're all one team. We're all one fan base. We don't want to be divisive. A lot of love for Anthony in the chat, which is good to see because we've seen a lot of not love in the chat. for Anthony over recent weeks, but patience is a virtue, and I think he is getting better. I think he played really well against Everton, and he started well tonight. I thought he had a good first half against Brentford as well. I like this ref, says Stream. Have a stretch, Mark. I will, thanks, Oliver. Good play by Martial. Oh, I tell you what, some of Martial's touches have been fantastic. Here's Bruno. Nice ball into Sabitzer. Oh, it's a goal! Get in! Get in! Get in! Get in! Get in! Get in! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Get my inhaler, because that was absolutely incredible. What a goal for Manchester United. It starts from Martial. Silky skills on the touchline. It finds its way to Bruno, who slips in Sabitzer. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It's 1-0. I can't breathe. That's brilliant. God, that's magnificent. Get me a ventilator, because that was breathless football from Manchester United. Casemiro into Bruno. Lovely little ball. What a ball into Sabitzer. Takes 4 players out. And then the finish. I don't know whether he gets a little bit of luck with a bit of a deflection, but it's a brilliant goal. Brilliant finish. And Manchester United are leading here 1-0. What a goal. What a goal. Started with silky skills from Martial. Love it. Love it. Lovely. Lovely. You know what? You know what I love about analysis and previews and chats is that we were talking about this. We were talking about this before the game. We spoke about it in the preview. We spoke about the absence of Rashford, the introduction of Martial, the fact that it would be Sancho and Martial and Bruno and Sabitzer maybe and Eriksen. There's not a lot of pace there, so you've got to move the ball. You can't move the ball with speed, like sprinting. So you've got to move the ball with quick passing. And we've seen that in the first few minutes here. We're reliant on moving the ball, possession, and the goals always look better. You know, it's great when Rashford scores from 30 yards. You know, it's brilliant when Anthony whips one in. But the best goals are the team goals. The ones where you're moving it around, little flicks, little passes. And that's what that goal was all about. Fantastic. Oh, Malacia's messing around here. Wow, tell him off. He's put his hand up. Martinez says, De Gea says, get rid of it. Did you see that play from Martial, JT? I called it. I called it at the time, and I've called it on Twitter there. Brilliant. He's had a great start. This is the most impressive 15 minutes this season. Completely different team with Martial. He started that from nothing, says Charlie. Hello, Mark, says Barmer. We've done that. It's a great start from Manchester United. We're 1-0 up, and scoring a goal like that as well. Really satisfying stuff. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Martial's in here. Oh, Sabitzer into Anthony. Sevilla are all over the place. Back to Sabitzer. Someone get on the back post. 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 Oh, wasn't a good cross. Christopher says Weghorst would never score that. He'd still be running on the through ball. Very, very good start from Manchester United here. Very good start from Manchester United here. I'll repeat myself. I've missed our silky smooth link-up play. This is what we want to so nice to watch, says SK. But this is why this is exactly why Erik ten Hag constantly goes on about Anthony Martial. I've heard United fans going, why does he keep going on about Martial? Because some people don't like Martial. Why is ten Hag always going on about Martial? Because Martial does so much work for the team, so much hold-up play, so much unselfish running. You think about that goal. Anthony Martial's the number 9. He's on the touchline near the halfway line. He starts that move. If you don't know football, you'll forget. He's not there because it goes Bruno Casemiro, Bruno Sabitzer. Martial's not there. But he starts it with the unselfishness to go to the touchline where he's got 2 players with him, couple of nice touches, and then the space is created because he's pulled people out of position. That's typical what Martial does, and that's why Erik ten Hag likes him. Brendan, Matt, thanks for being a member for 6 months. Told you Sabitzer is occupying the centre-backs now. We know why. That was from NYYK. Joshua says, well, he says I'm going to get a lot of hate. We'll talk about that. Risky's 1.6. Love you, mate, says Beryl Carpenter. Hope you're doing well, Beryl. Barmer's just gifted 20 memberships, by the way. Sorry to miss that. You're an absolute legend. Patrick's a member as well. Barmer, massive thank you. Big shout out to him. Alexander says, we've got a long way to go, but isn't it incredible what good coaching, quality signings and team spirit can do? Underlines the importance of new owners. Exactly. And Joshua says, I'll get a lot of hate for this, but Martial is a better player than Rashford. I'm glad both are our players, but this three plays better without Rashford, says Joshua. Well, Ricky's going to have a bloody field day if we win tonight. He'll go absolutely crazy about this is why we don't need... I told you all. I've told you we don't need Rashford. Anyone can do what Rashford does. You know, he scores goals. He's selfish. You need Marshall, Sancho, Anthony. They're good footballers. Take Bruno out of the team for McTominay. You've got your best 11. Sabitzer is class. We need to buy him in the summer, in my opinion, says Jake. Sabitzer's growing into the shirt, says Charlie. Started the last 4 games, mate. Started the last 4 games. It's impressive. Ten Hag clearly likes him. Sevilla ain't out of this, though. They've done quite well. Here's Martial. He's got some space to run into. Look at this from Martial. He's loving it. Lovely ball into Sabitzer. Oh! I can't speak. Hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me back. I'm getting in there. I'm coming out fighting. Hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me back. I'm going to say those words. This team's electrifying. It's magnificent. Anthony Martial. Oh, I can't believe it. Sabitzer's on goal too. Casemiro's going like this on Anthony Martial because that is unbelievable. Magnificent. Magnificent. One word. Martial. Incredible. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's a great finish by Sabitzer, but that is incredible. Martial picks it up. Confidence, precision, patience. It's just fantastic what he does. Ah, God, if this guy could stay fit, he's so good. This is why I always like Martial. This is why, for me, we were on tour in Dublin and in Manchester and in London. In every show, I said, put your hand up if you want to keep Anthony Martial. And every tour show, hundreds of people, 50-50. 50-50. I can't be 50-50. It's just injury. If he can stay fit, he's incredible. That's the problem with Martial. It's not his moodiness. It's not his ability. It's simply his fitness. If he can stay fit, he's incredible. He is, I nearly said he's at fault. He is the reason we scored 2 goals. He's been the instigator on both goals. They can't happen without his contribution. And you know what it is? His lack of selfishness. This is why Ten Hag loves him. He works so hard for the team, which is incredible that over the years, he's been completely misread by so many people in the media, ex-players. I'd get rid of him. He's miserable. He's moody. And yet he's the most unselfish player in that squad. Intelligence, does loads of hard work for everybody else. Incredible player. This isn't because Rashford's out the team. It's because Martial's in it, says Michael. Exactly. Exactly. You know what? I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that because you're absolutely spot on. But what a start from Manchester United. It's been incredible, and it's a pleasure to watch. It could be anything. Tony and Marcel combining, says Sumi. We're in for a right treat tonight. Make sure you subscribe, get involved with the United Stand. Player ratings is going to be brilliant. Amazing how much better the team looks with Casemiro and a proper striker, says Fergie. Max, thank you for being a member for 21 months. Tony has his head up looking for a pass the entire time. What a ball. It's a great point by Uncle Drew as well. In the final third, how many of our players actually get their head up? A lot of our players are head down players, aren't they? But Martial's not. We need a player like that. We really, really do. Loving this midfield, says Alec. It's a bit magic, says Alec. Mark, in all honesty, I love Rashford, but both those goals, it's 40-60 that Rashford scores them, says V. Anthony with the cross goes for a corner. The chemistry between the front six of players that haven't played together is incredible. Says Colin. Martial's looking so sharp and Sabitzer is clinical. Could we see the beginning of a rout? Says Stephen. Please don't play like this against us in the FA Cup semi-finals, says Kind Killer. You know what United's biggest problem is? You know my biggest fear here? It's injury. It's who's going to last out of those players, because you've got Sabitzer. I mean, Bruno never gets injured, thankfully. You've got Casemiro, who just seems to get suspended all the time. But if we could put that front six out for most of the next few weeks, we'd be in a good position. But injury is our biggest enemy. It's not form, it's injury. And we can't do anything about that. Lima, welcome to the Members Club. And Sabitzer doing what McTominay gets praised for, doing a few times a season in the space of 20 minutes, breaking runs from midfield, says MT90. Yeah, I mean, Sabitzer's been... I mean, he's got 2 goals, 2 very, very good finishes, which is, at this level, you can't argue with it. And it's funny, we've been talking about Sabitzer a lot, haven't we? And I've said, no, I wouldn't buy him, because he hasn't proved it yet. But how do you prove it? Rakitic is a dirty bastard. He knows exactly what he's doing there. He's caught Casemiro. He knows exactly what he's doing there. That's the second time. Second time Rakitic has done that. He's been through Martial, and now he's gone through Casemiro. That's Barcelona against Real Madrid, that is. That's legacy. If Casemiro does that, it's a red. I'm telling you. Martial's giving the whole team confidence with his performance in the first 25 minutes. Could end up 4 or 5-0 tonight, says Will. And it's a pleasure to watch Sabitzer in a favourite position. Future up the pitch. He has a beautiful finish in his locker, says TJ. Buzzing lads, this is United, says Phil. And Sevilla oranges make great marmalade. Let's have these boys on toast. I love it, PQ. I love it. I love that. That's almost the next goal celebration. Poor from Bruno with that free kick. But 2-0 after 25 minutes. This is good. 1 more goal and we're happy. That's all we need. But yeah, look, Sabitzer at the moment, I'm not going to say sign him up. I know a lot of people will, but there's a very good chance of him being signed up when he can point to the fact that I played in a Europa League quarter-final and scored 2 goals in 25 minutes. Not many people can do that. It's not, the finishing was good, but the movement... I don't think Sevilla are that good, but they're not bloody Swindon. They're still, they'd still hold their own in the Premier League. I said they're a bit like an Aston Villa, I think. Although Aston Villa would probably beat them at the moment. Did you notice on the Malacia giveaway that Wan-Bissaka sprinted towards the back post? Someone is getting to him on the training ground, says Mark. Thank you very much. Martial knows some of these players from his time on loan. How do they not know his link-up play is lethal? I thought they would do better against him, says Robble. I'm loving this Bruno at 8 with Casemiro at 6. Sabitzer at 10. We look fire. I've always liked the idea with Bruno more deeper with the right number 10, says Sean. Do you think Sabitzer will get a hat-trick, says Matt? Well, let's wait and see. But I think that's a great comment as well. You can't play Bruno and Sabitzer in a midfield 3 unless you've got someone like a Casemiro or a prime Fabinho or an absolute dominant CDM. Because if you play Casemiro at CDM, he will protect the back 4, he will take the ball off the back 4, and he will allow you to put a busy number 8 like Bruno next to him. Look, maybe this is the evolution of Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno Fernandes can be quite frustrating as a 10. But as a number 8, he's got more of the pitch, which forces him to play more passes, and he can put a tackle in as well. So maybe we're seeing the evolution of Bruno Fernandes here. And Sabitzer at 10, it works, doesn't it? But you know what? You look at this United side and how it's playing here, and it's only a glimpse. We're only getting a glimpse here. This is not, this is not stable by any means, but because you're going to get injury, you're going to get drop in form, etc. But this is a glimpse of what United can do. You give Ten Hag another 200 million in the summer and think about what he could add. All you're adding is depth, because we know Rashford's going to come back. He's going to go out and get another striker. He's going to go and get another midfielder, another centre-back. You're adding depth, and that's what United need to do. If United want to compete with the Real Madrids and the Man Cities of this world, they need to add another 200 and 250 million pounds worth of this, because we've got a good coach, we've got some good players, but we don't have depth. You look at that bench, we don't have it. So that's what we need to do. Here's Jadon Sancho, got a bit of space down the left hand side. I'd like to see us get Sancho and Anthony on the ball a little bit more. Cold Blood says, let's be honest, Mark, Rashford makes the team worse. I don't want to hear that about Rashford, to be honest. I mean, I'm a big fan of Rashford. I think he's a really important player for us. the one thing I've always said about Rashford, and you know I have, is if he's had a very, very good season, but he still needs to work on putting his head up and playing the simple pass or putting a cross in. He's a very selfish player, but I've seen many selfish players be world class. That's down to Ten Hag to solve. If Rashford was playing in this game and we weren't playing like this, that's for Ten Hag to go, well, I'm putting Sancho on, or Marcus, you need to start passing more. You know, Erik Ten Hag can solve that. I think too often we analyse a game and go, I hate Delo, I like Wan-Bissaka. I hate Rashford, I like Martial, or vice versa. And actually, that's not the way to be. We need a squad, we need options, and Rashford's been brilliant for us this season. Forget Kane, forget Osman, we've got Sabi, says Kartik. We don't have depth, Mark, just debt. Glazers out, says Stephen Hayes. Thank you very much. Imagine what Erik would do in the summer if got backing. We would be lethal next season, says Detta. And Mark Malacia looks a little off today, don't you think? Loving the performance though, says Carlos. And I can't actually believe some of the stuff I'm hearing about Rashford. Where would we be this season without him, says Kieran. There you go. This is what I mean. We don't need to be either or. We've had, as a collective, I think so many people have contributed to this season. You know, Martial's been out, Casemiro's been out. McTominay scored at the weekend. That was a big goal. So there was a bit of a deflection on the first goal from Sabitzer, but the second goal was just pure class. But, you know, the funny thing is, it's not... I think the positive is, it's not like we're playing... it's not like we're playing bloody Swindon. We're playing Sevilla, and they're not having a great season, but they're not terrible. What a ball that is. Get it out your feet, Jaden. Here we go. He's going to use the overlap. He should have used the overlap. Oh, the chance has gone there. Bruno's right. Sancho's... I mean, there's an example of greediness. You know, Bruno is the pass there and he's got a shot, and Sancho has thought about a goal himself. That was greedy. So, you know, we can all go, well, Marcus Rashford, but I think Rashford plays the pass there. Sancho's got to play the pass. What a ball. Was it Casemiro who switched it as well? Enjoy Writing says a lot of people don't like Marcus Rashford's selfishness. Well, I think Rashford's a fantastic player. That could have been 3-0 there. Bruno's busted gut to make that room, and Sancho's just not fed him. Bruno's everywhere again. Here we go. Martial, lovely play. This is good. The link-up play is so good. Bruno, lovely ball. Wan-Bissaka will have that, Anthony. Leave him. Come back. Here's Anthony. Left foot cross. Here we go. Back post. Lovely. Martial. Oh, cut back. Bruno. Oh, good save. Keeper clears it. Defender clears it. Looks like Ten Hag has found his number 9. Go Sabi, says Felix. And we are playing well. Let's put this game to bed, says Nichelle. Martial rotating alongside a young striker next season is a better option than spending 100 million on Kane. The budget needs to hopefully get as the Bellingham table, says Charlie Max. There you go. I think we will. I think, Charlie, we will buy a top class striker this summer. I don't think you could have another season like this where you relied on Anthony Martial. I don't think we could. But this is fantastic. As I said at the start of the game, you know, we are the favourites here, and much like Real Madrid against Chelsea last night, just because you're the favourites, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate into a dominant scoreline. And what we have done here after 32 minutes is we're 2-0 up. You take that scoreline. You take it. It can be better, but before the game, you take 2-0 and go, that's not a bad score. I think we've got to kick on and kill the tie here. You know, we can kill this tie. It's 2-0 after half an hour. I'm looking at 4-0 and just end it. You know, time out. Mr. Consistent again, inconsistent again, Jadon Sancho, says Faris. But look, you know, Sancho's missed 3 months of the season. He deserves that consistency as well. The cross is on for Martial. No, it's not. Sancho. Jadon Sancho! Oh, he could have scored. Why didn't he not shoot? Edge of the box. Casemiro! Oh, blocked. United. This is heart in your mouth. It's so exciting. We're all over them. We're all over them. It's so good to watch. I understand recency bias. People have so short-term memory that they've forgotten the 28 goals, and I can't fathom it, says Shiam. This is the way. This is how football works. You live in the now. You're the forgotten person when you get injured. It's always the way. Jacob, well, you're the forgotten person when you get injured if the team performs well without you. Not having this Rashford slander. You need a selfish player to score goals, lads, says Jacob. Yeah, I completely agree. You know, we need the bottom line is whether you start Rashford or not, you need him back. Casemiro with a header straight at the keeper. You need Rashford back because you want options, whether he starts or not. I still think he starts on the left wing ahead of Sancho. Rashford and Martial work well together as well. But you need options. Here's Bruno. That's going to be a foul, surely. "34 minutes gone and it's absolutely flown by, hasn't it? Really, really positive stuff from Manchester United. 59% possession. I said 60. I said 60% possession, didn't I? I did say that. I fancied it. Croatian players aren't shy about leaving a foot in. Rakitic is a case in point, says Kenneth. With Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the main thing I've noticed is that he's a lot more spatially aware now, always looking around compared to before Erik Ten Hag, says V. And as the Mandalorian says, this is the way, says Valiant. Is there a sell-on clause for Sabitzer, says Travis. De Gea's distribution has been really good so far, in my opinion, says James. Come, Sancho, you're doing good, mate, says Lewis. One minute. I'm going to grab my water. I don't think I'm going to miss a goal. I'm getting mightily pissed off with this. I still can't find my water. I'm going to dehydrate. I literally won't be able to speak soon. Look at the arsehole saying 3-0. I need some water. I won't be able, I will be going, I can't speak. That's like a dribble. Rashford is great, but we play better without him. Everybody's looking to pass. Rashford usually kills the passing momentum, says Anthony. The Casemiro Sabitzer midfield looks solid so far. Clazy-Bitzer, says Fernando. I don't think there is a sell-on clause for Sabitzer, by the way. Drink some beer. That's even longer journey to get a beer. It's not 3-0, by the way, because there's no delay on my stream. Now, hold on. There's a player down injured here. And he looks hurt. No. Not Casemiro. Let's have a look. Oh, that's a red. That's a red. That's a bloody red. Most blatant red ever, that. If Casemiro goes down like that, that is a complete and utter red by Lamela. Again, Argentinian on a Brazilian. Does the ref not look at it? Get him off. It's a blatant red card. It was Studs. It was Studs. It was up. That's a red card. Anyway, I don't really care about that. We're 2-0 up. I'm more worried about Casemiro and whether he's going to get up here. He's up. Thank God for that. If Casemiro does that, it's a red card. I'm fed up of saying this. He's messed his hair up as well. I don't like Lamela anyway. Who remembers Lamela getting Martial sent off? Watch this again. Here we go. Yeah, I think he stamps on him. I think it's a red. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. No red card. I've played the game. That's a red card. I've seen it. He knows exactly what he's doing. In the Premier League, that's a red card. Could have broken his leg. It's reckless. It's out of control. He knows he's not getting the ball and he keeps his studs up. Fucking rubbish officiating, I'm afraid. And that's one area I'll defend the Premier League on. They would give a red for that because it is a bloody red card. He's reckless. He's out of control. He's got his studs up and he's got his eye on Casemiro's leg. This is why you need people who've played the game to bloody referee the game. Mark, if we win the Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao and top 4, do you think we will be financially ready for big summer 200 million plus sales? Because I think we can. Not with the Glazers in charge, but it's a good point that this is just a glimpse into Erik ten Hag's operation. Once he has his players, eras will come to an end, says Jonathan. If that's Casemiro, it'd be done for GBA. Well, it's just this is ridiculous. He's just gone and given a yellow card to Bruno Fernandes. And he doesn't even touch the player. I don't even know what this is on about. Ref is rubbish. Bruno yellow for no contact. Lamela yellow for leg breaker. Absolutely shocking. That he doesn't even touch him. Bruno doesn't even touch him. Lamela nearly breaks Casemiro's leg. Yellow card for both. And he misses the next match. Bruno's furious. People are saying it's for handball. It's not deliberate. You don't get a yellow card because the ball hits your bloody hand. It's crap officiating and you know it. It's a good free kick position over the bar from Rakitic. Bruno misses the next game. Well, we're all right because we've got Eriksen. We definitely need to go and win 3-0 now. Wall did its job. Wall did its job there. That's never coming down. And you think the refs in the Premier crap, says Smoggy. Well, European referees are normally better. Lovely ball out by the back from Bruno there. Just need to get our composure back a little bit here, Manchester United. Manchester United! The effing officials always taking the mick. I'm sick of these officials. Tony's right. Look, we've had bad refereeing in the Premier League, but we've had some shocking officiating. I mean, this is not exclusive to the Premier League. Look at some of the bad decisions we've had in the Europa League. Lamela should have been sent off there. Martinez had a penalty given against him because the shot hit his knee and then hit his arm. Rashford through one-on-one, barged to the ground by Arahu in the new camp. We've had some right stinkers in the Europa League. It's not exclusive to the Premier League. That Acuna plays for Argentina, doesn't he? I don't like Lamela anyway. Can't remember Lamela. He was the one who got Martial sent off in lockdown. He pushed him in the face. Martial did it back. Martial got the red. UEFA just want the second leg to be worth watching, says Akil. Stealth, thank you very much for your super chat. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, we're very close to 630,000 tonight. You're all welcome on the United Stand every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock, and in between, get involved in the United Stand community, the biggest and best football community on YouTube. Get involved with it. You're very, very welcome. I just think it's disgusting that Bruno Fernandes gets a yellow card for a handball, and then Lamela gets a bloody yellow card for a leg breaker. And it was a leg breaker. He knew what he was doing. You can see with his eyes. Koundé's red card on Rashi as well, says Mario Franco. Put the tie to bed, says Gabriel. Yeah. What the main thing is that Casemiro got up. If Sevilla go down to 10 men, they'll just park the bus and it might stay 2-0 anyway. So for the sake of the game, it's always better to play 11 players, I think. But the most important thing was that I don't care about a player being sent off. It's just the nastiness of the tackle, and he's still on the bloody pitch. Can't remember when there has been a good official since the Italian ref in the 90s and early 20s. Noughties is Connor. Thanks, Connor. Well done, Malasia. I was hoping Bruno got the yellow today because I'd rather him suspend when we are up than a more important game. Casemiro needs one as well, says John. Well, we can't. Well, to be fair, we can't do without Casemiro and Bruno next week if it stays 2-0. Hi, Mark. Yes, the ball did hit his hand, but how the ref can give the hand and yellow for that is ridiculous. His arm was in a natural position, says Vinay. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Throat's getting dry. I think I know where my glass is. I'm going to get it in the half-time break. There's only going to be 2 minutes added on here. Got a super chat coming in from Stealth. That ref was involved in a match fixing scandal in Germany. Don't expect too much from him. What's he doing refereeing games then? Ernest has missed the show because he's having uni finals. I hope they're going well, mate. Some of the best football we've seen. Go on, Anthony. Turn and run. Turn and run. Here we go. Needs some help. He's got 4 players around him. What a crap referee. Brainless decision, says Kenneth. That should be half time, ref. 2 minutes. Blow. You've had 2 minutes and 2. 2 minutes and 3. Blow. Blow the whistle, referee. 2 minutes and 10. Blow the whistle. Don't give them the corner. 2 minutes and 10. Blow it. Don't give them the corner. He's going to give the corner. Good play by Bruno. I don't know why Bruno's gone down with his face. I think he's fine. Malassia's getting a bit of stick from Pedge. I mean, Malassia's a work in progress. I think he's done a good job for us. You know, he's not Luke Shaw, but I think for a first season, he's done well. What a save by De Gea that is. He's got to get up, get out, off the line again, and wide, and offside. Anyway, Manchester United survive. Good save, Dave. Good save, De Gea. It's straight at him, but it's reactions. He punches it, and to be fair, it could have been dropping in. And it's Varane. Varane, what a clearance that is by Varane. De Gea reacts. It goes wide in the air, right up into the air, and it's going to drop in the goal. But look at Varane, strong, off the line. It's not over the line. That's not over the line. No, Miles. Brilliant play by Varane, that is. Strong defence. Referee's added way too much on here. And it's half-time, and it's 2-0 to Manchester United. And you've got to say, I'll applaud that half. Fantastic. 2 goals by Sabitzer. Anthony Martial's been on fire. We dropped off a little bit in the last 15 minutes of the half. I'll agree with that. But an overall fantastic performance from Manchester United, and we need to build on that, because I think the positive of the performance for me is that actually Sevilla haven't played that badly, which heaps even more praise onto how well we've played. Mark, get a mini fridge in your office. I hate how fans can turn on Rashford. I get it that we still saw from last season the guy turned it around. To Sheriff. Mark, what player since Sir Alex Ferguson left that we signed would you bring back? Says Joel Morris. Mark, what would West Ham be allowed to play in the Europa League if they get relegated and win the Conference League? Says Sahai. Yeah, of course they can. Commentators saying Varane holding his ankle and maybe taken off at half-time. This is why we need a Kim Min-jae as a good backup, says Luke Darling. It makes me feel sick inside that we could lose Varane for a few weeks and have to play Maguire or Lindelof. Stretford End grass is sloppy due to possession, says Desert. And Ricky and I were right. These players ball, and I'm the honest, handsomest, says Nelson. Thank you very much. Wasteful with our passing, not taking care of the ball, and Sancho isn't tracking back. Thoughts, says Armin. Well, you know what? Start with the negative. I think that Sevilla haven't been as bad as I thought they would be, and we've been ridiculously good on the counter and when we've got up the pitch, but they have made us work. We have had to defend at times. De Gea's just made a save there, so they're not completely out of the game. I think we could be better, but that's natural. You don't expect a flawless performance when you made so many changes to the team. But the positives for me are that when we've actually used the ball correctly and passed through their lines, we've looked very, very dangerous, and we've got it there back 4. I mean, look, Sancho's goal was offside. He should have been onside. I think if that had happened 10 minutes later and he wasn't so eager, I think it was literally just the first attack of the game and he's probably gone a little bit too soon. But so really, we're good for the goals that we've scored. We deserve to be 2-0 up. But there's room for improvement, of course. Breaking news, official who elbowed faces no FA action, says Connor. What a surprise there. If it was a player, it would be a 20-game ban, wouldn't it? A few people going in on Sancho a little bit. Ray says, sign Sabitzer. Sancho wasn't very good, says Michelle. Bobbins, says Jonathan. Martial's been showing what we've been missing. I'm a little bit concerned about this Varane story. Let's keep an eye on that. I do not want anybody getting injured anymore, but as we know, we're playing lots of games and we are definitely going to pick up injuries over the next few weeks. So take your pick on who you don't want to get injured, because I don't want anyone to get injured, but it will happen. Anthony and Sancho have been doing well, in my opinion. Anthony's regaining possession a couple of times too. I've been pleased with Anthony. I think he's had a better half than Sancho. I think Sancho's been okay. What I would say is that we need to get Sancho and Anthony on the ball more. I think actually people can say they've had a good game or a bad game, but I actually think we could get them on the ball a little bit more. Because I think when we get them on the ball, things happen. Can you do a half-time rating, says Delina. I like doing the half-time ratings, actually. So, De Gea, probably 6.5. I think that saved there, but also, I think De Gea's had a good half. Wan-Bissaka's probably a 6.5 as well. Remember, we're building towards higher scores at half-time. So I always do them as a building score. 6.5 for De Gea, 6.5 for Wan-Bissaka, 6.5 for Varane, 6.5 for Martinez. Probably a 6 for Malacia. I don't think he's been as good as the others, but I don't think he's been as bad as some people might make out. Casemiro's been running that midfield like he's never been away, so I'd give him a 7. Bruno, probably a 7 as well. I think he had a massive part to play in the first goal. Sabitzer would have to be an 8. 2 great goals. Sancho probably 6.5. Anthony, I think, has been a bit better, 7. And then for me, Anthony Martial, when we've got him on the ball, the unselfish runs, I think you've got to give Anthony Martial a 7 or maybe a 7.5. So yeah, I think there's been a lot of better than average performances, a few good performances. Malacia is probably the weakest player on the pitch, but I wouldn't say he's had a bad game. I just think he's a developmental player who's playing because Luke Shaw's injured, and he's struggled a little bit tonight, but I expect that will happen with him. Aram says, not the end of the world, Bruno missing a game. It's only a way he gets a break, forced or not. We can cope for one game without him, especially if we can retain a decent lead from the second leg. Thank you, Aram, for your super chat there. Welcome to the Members Club, David Larson. Thank you very much for joining. We need to manage the lead and break come at the right time. We need to be calm. I'll take Bruno off for Eriksson today, says Akash. Sancho just needs to be more decisive when he gets the ball, but he has a decent performance, says Moses. Thank you, Moses. And hi, Mark. What happened after 25 minutes? Everyone's making rash passes and we're not keeping the ball. Yeah, Mohit, you probably pinned it a little bit better than I have, actually. Do you think Fred could have missed both chances, says Yusuf? Yeah, well, Fred's not a finisher and Sabitzer is. But I agree with that comment about 25 minutes. For me, the last 15 minutes, so you could add another 5 onto that. Last 15 minutes, we sort of fell off a little bit, don't we? You work hard to be 2-0 up, and maybe we just dropped a little bit, and Sevilla, upped it a little bit. I think half-time has come at the right time. If I'm Erik Ten Hag, I'm probably saying, get up. Get up again. This is only half-time at the end of the game. We have to go out there second half, attacking the Stretford end. We're normally better when we do that. We have to go out there, not concede, and get another goal at least. If I was Erik Ten Hag, I'd be like, I want 4-0, I want 5-0, but I definitely am not accepting anything less than 3-0. We need to be taking at least a 3-goal lead to Spain, and that platform's there for you now. We dropped off a little bit. You're attacking the Stretford end. The crowd's behind you. Let's go out and get it. And if you don't get it, I'll bring subs on who will. Adam, excited Maguire might be on, says Stephen. Sancho should come off. He's not helping Malacia, and his offensive contributions aren't enough, says Keno. Who would you bring him off for, though? We've got no attackers on the bench. I wouldn't bring him off. ACD, the exact challenge that got Casemiro red carded is the exact same challenge, Lamella on Casemiro. VR is flawed, says ACD. And when you think of where we were, that was a great first half from United. I just think, the overall biggest shout out needs to go to Anthony Martial. And a big shout out, Christopher's right, one of our members. He says that was a brilliant clearance by Varane. It was a strong clearance by Varane, it was. But I just think Anthony Martial has been incredible this half. It's the composure, it's the time, it's the patience, it's the intelligence, and it's made a massive difference compared to, bless him, what Weghorst would offer, or what Rashford offers as a number 9, because he's not a number 9 either. So the difference is having a number 9 who knows how to play that role and can do it really well. As for Sabitzer, very intelligent player. Many people thought that he might start next to Casemiro. Bruno started next to Casemiro, and Sabitzer's actually played more advanced, and he's played that position really well. Very intelligently as well. So for me, Martial and Sabitzer are the two standout players of the half by a very long way. But I think we could just do with going up a level in the second half. I don't want us to just sit back and, Sevilla nearly scored just before half time. 2-1 would not be a very good result. Gifted membership there from Leo. Thank you very much. Sabitzer is a better player when playing with Casemiro. You cannot do that with any other CDM. Well, that's where, look, Druv, talking about what should have been a red card, the thing that frustrated me is I don't really want to see Sevilla down to 10 men, because I don't think it massively helps us playing against the team that will park the bus. But the reason I wanted the red card is because the tackle was atrocious, and that's why I wanted to see a red card. Now, thankfully, Casemiro got up, and the reason you get agitated by that is because Casemiro, we don't have anybody else who can do that role. We literally have, some clubs, if Xhaka is injured for Arsenal, they've now got Jorginho who can come in and do a job. Chelsea have got an abundance of midfielders. Liverpool, they might not be doing very well, but they've got Henderson, Fabinho. Real Madrid have a few. Man United, we have Casemiro, and that's it. Casemiro is the only guy who can do that role. We've got nobody. We've got no youth player who can do it, even if you would do that. We've got nobody who can do the Casemiro role, and he's so important to us. Did you see what Southgate said? He's been managing most of his life, but he doesn't actually know how to manage. And then he spies this book and says that'll be good. That'll be good to me, says Inbred. Okay. Mark, has Sabitzer done enough to get signed after this performance as A to B courier? No. Absolutely not. That would be the Solskjaer mistake, and we can't do that. I think Sabitzer, you can want us to sign Sabitzer in the summer, but I wouldn't sign him based on that, because what if I said to you, and it could well be this, do you want to sign Sabitzer or De Jong? Do you want to sign Sabitzer or Bellingham? Do you want to sign Sabitzer or Alexi McAllister? We don't know how much money there is, and he will cost 30 million quid. So do you want to sign Sabitzer based on that, or do you want to wait and see how the land lies in early June? And I think that's what we've got to do. I'd like to get Sabitzer and one of those midfielders I've just mentioned, but I don't think the budget's there to do that under the Glazers. So I think we use Sabitzer for what he is, and it's the same with Martial. Some people wanted Martial to be sold, some people want him to stay. I would say, let's assess Martial in the summer, because if he gets injured again, really, you just can't rely on him. If he can stay fit, then, you know, you've got a really good opportunity there, haven't you? Right, I think I know where my water is this time. I got it. As they say, BK. We got it! Hut, we got it. Oh, that's a godsend. Water. Man United should make a documentary called Dismantling La Liga, says Abs. And if that wasn't a red, I don't know what it is. Bruno and Martial have been outstanding, says J90. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're very close to 630k. Manchester United leading 2-0 here. There is a bit of a concern about Varane. I don't know whether he'll come out for the second half. I mean, it's not worth... it's not worth risking him if he has got an injury, is it? The yellow card on Sabitzer was ridiculous. We're only 400 subscribers away from 630,000, by the way. So click that bottom right-hand corner and subscribe. You're very welcome to the channel. Get involved with the United Stand community. Oliver disagrees with me, but I don't know what you disagree with, mate. You know, I don't know how new you are to social media, but if you disagree with somebody, you're meant to tell them what they disagree on. Otherwise, we can't really have a debate about something. Sabitzer over Bellingham, says Amit. Different types of midfielders as well. Bruno will miss the next game. Yes, he will. Top left, not bottom. Sorry, that's down to me. Sorry, I'm just getting to send something here. I just want to try and confirm it before I actually start talking about it, because I don't think I'm allowed to. Yeah, I'm a little bit agitated in the sense of what might happen with Varane. Not for tonight. I don't think it'll make a massive difference tonight, but okay, there we go. Right, I'm back now. I'm back in the room. When we tackle, it stamps and studs up, but for others, the decision is based on intents and context, says Akash. Mark, did you give away the De Jong shirt during the live shows? Nick, no, I didn't. I kept it. Obi Morgan, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for joining. And Travis says, is there a sell-on clause for Sabitzer? I don't think so. Maguire is warming up, says V. He's going to come on then, isn't he? It's crazy how important Martial is to this team, says Leo. Hi Mark, what do you think of Højlund from Denmark? Do you think he has the quality that we need, and is he ready for a big club, says Robert. Thank you very much, Robert. Let's have a look. Players are in the tunnel here. got a feeling Maguire might be coming on. Press it. Bruno missing the next match, maybe a blessing. He needs to rest desperately. Plus, Erik's on his back. Sabitzer is cooking with Casemiro back in the team, says Obi. I don't know what happened with Varane. They were just talking about how he might have done something to his ankle, and we just don't. Adam's warming up as well. He's not. He's shouting words of encouragement. He's warming him up. Adam's on the pitch warming Maguire up. Yeah, there's a sub for Sevilla here. Why not Lindelof? Makes no sense, says Vig. Oh, because Maguire's now ahead of Lindelof for some reason. I don't know why. If Adam had not asked that question, Lindelof was coming in today as a sub, says Akash. Let's blame Adam. I'm more worried about Varane. That's what I'm worried about. Because if he's out today, if he's out at half time here, he's not coming on at second yet. Maguire's coming on. Fucking hell! Why is it with United? It's always like this, isn't it? We have a huge we lose Rashford. We have a huge positive, and he's got the bloody captain's armband on as well. Couldn't get that on quick enough, could he? We're 2-0 up. Why is he having the captain's armband? I'm fed up of that as well. We're 2-0 up, playing really well. You're coming on for Varane, that's enough. You don't need to put the fucking armband on. It pisses me right off. But I am being aggy because I'm just pissed off. Like, we've lost Rashford. We play really well, and then we've gone and lost Varane after 45 minutes. We can't catch a bloody break this season. And that changes what we are defensively now. We've got to go and get the third goal. Lovely play by Anthony. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that with Varane. Get the third goal and give him a rest until the Brighton game. From California here, are you coming to the Wrexham match in the summer? Already bought my front row ticket, says Adin. It's Casemiro. Well, look, we just need to get our heads down here. I would have brought Lindelof on, but I suppose you need somebody good in the air, don't you? That's why Maguire's a bit like McTominay, doesn't he? He makes a career off the fact that he's good in the air. Obviously Ten Hag knows Lindelof isn't as good in the air as Harry Maguire, and I think that's why he does it. Maguire ahead of Lindelof so he gets some game time to make him more marketable to sell in the summer. I don't believe in that, Ryan. Not in a game like this. Stephen says, you've got to applaud Erik Ten Hag. He was patient in bringing back Martial. John says, stop moaning. Oh, John, piss off, you twat. If you don't want to open your ears up, then I can't help you. I'm moaning because I'm disappointed that our best centre back is injured, and I'm thinking if it's the same injury length as what Rashford's got, that's a huge blow for us. It's a very big difference when Rashford gets injured and you play Martial, compared to Varane getting injured and you play Maguire or Lindelof. That's what I'm moaning about. I just think it's just really bad luck. But it's a bit of it just needs a bit. I just need a bit of time to adjust it. That's all. Could be precautionary. This is why I agree with Mark. This is why we need to buy a centre-back, because it's a really, really, really strong centre-back pairing when you've got Martinez and Varane. But if Varane gets injured, and he is getting older, we do need another centre-back. And look at the back four at the moment. Luke Shaw's injured, Malacia's there, Varane's injured, Maguire's there. But Cardia says we've played a lot of games. Have you seen Maguire's omelette interview? Says Connor. No. Good play by Anthony into Sabitzer. You know, Sevilla might become a little bit more confident now as well. Jones just salted because he can't sell his timeshare in Spain, Mark, says Al Nazar. And I'd surely be asking for a transfer if I was Lindelof. Maguire ain't going anywhere, says Ali. I told you Maguire's not going anywhere. 60 seconds in and I already can't stand watching Maguire do the truffle shuffle, says Mike. De Gea's distribution will worsen with Harry on, says Carlos. I'd just pass it to Maguire every time, I would, if I was De Gea. Let him deal with it. Look how inverted Wan-Bissaka is here. Lovely. Here's Bruno. Good play. That was a foul, ref. He was kicking at him. Go to him, Harry. Go to him. Martinez has got the striker. That's it. Ronaldo saw Casillas coming on and tries to give the armband to him and he yells to keep it on. Poyel saying with Xavi, those are real leaders. Why disrupt it, says Mr. Louis. And Zetti says Maguire's the GOAT. Bruno moving gingerly. Hopefully nothing, says Cyber Spider. Well, Sevilla are playing pretty much for the last 15 minutes of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second half. Sevilla are actually doing quite well. What do you think Martial will need to do to stay at the club? Stay fit, Brie. It's as simple as that. Stay fit. Bringing on Maguire is going to completely change how we play in this half. Playing out from the back will be a problem. He's terrible on the ball. I think he's actually all right on the ball, Mannix, really. It's just we probably won't get as high up the pitch. Do you think Martial will celebrate if he scores, says Derek. What, because he was on loan at Sevilla and got injured? Of course he bloody will. Of course he will. He was only on loan at Sevilla for about 4 months and he got injured for most of it. That's like me saying I'm not going to shop in Sainsbury's because I used to shop in Tesco. But Anthony will be player of the season next season, says Lee. I just want the third goal here. We have been a bit flat for the last 20 minutes of the game, though, all in all, and it's continued into the second half. Well done, Sabitzer. Keep it going, keep it going. That's a good ball, that is. I don't like Maguire's pointing, because I don't often know what he's pointing at. Because if you've ever played the game, you've never got time to look at somebody pointing. You don't got time when you're Wan-Bissaka to look at Maguire and go, I wonder what he's pointing at. Oh yeah. Nelly, you've said it twice. I'm bored of you. Goodbye. Do you think Martial will celebrate if he scores? Yeah, we've done that from Derek. Here's Sancho. Bit of space. Come on. We've not really attacked in a while. Here's Malacia. Into Sancho. Come on. There's a ball out wide. Anthony's got a lot of space, Casemiro. It's so slow. Got to up the tempo. Really slow. James says 6.6 billion deal agreed, not signed for Washington Commanders. Hope Glazers don't want more. United playing well tonight. Thanks, James. I hope Maguire didn't watch up Meccano yesterday, says the genius. Well, one thing's for sure, Maguire might get a bit of stick sometimes, but he can't play that bad. That was the worst, and it was 2 nights ago, Tuesday. That Upamecano performance was absolutely terrible, wasn't it? It really was. Possession's coming down, isn't it? We were about 60% in the first half. It's coming down a little bit here. The good thing about Spanish teams is they can't score. Apart from Real Madrid and Barcelona, they can't. So We should be able to keep the clean sheet. But I want us to have a 3-goal lead. Bruno can't play in the next game. Varane could be out. Good play by Casemiro. Come on, Bruno. We need to be a little bit better than that on the ball. Go on. Come on. Sancho. Got a 4v3 if he plays it quick enough. Nah, he's held on to that too long. Bruno was the pass, but he's done well. He's done well. Sancho. Individual. No. Individual. Cyber Spider says he's pointing at his brother in the crowd for a beer later. Thanks for Super Chat. Maguire points at where the other team should play the ball to get past him. This is Pre. That's not a penalty. Not. I don't think anybody in the chat thinks that's a penalty. No, that wasn't a penalty. Hence my move to read the chat. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Is Sancho suffering from the pink boot curse, says Howard? No, I didn't really agree with the Sancho criticism at half time. I don't think he had a bad half. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but I don't think it was terrible. Nice ball by De Gea. I think De Gea's distribution's been... I mean, there was a few dodgy passes in the first half, but there was a lot of good passes as well. I think De Gea's done well tonight. Yeah, I think Sancho's been okay as well. There is Marcus Rashford. He probably was a bit worried in the first 25 minutes, but he's done all right since. Would you rather Kane or Osimhen at United? Definitely Osimhen for me, HJW. I know a few people who want Harry Kane. There's no doubt he's a top-class striker, but there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't want him. I don't want him because he's 30. I don't want him because he's never won anything. I don't want him because I don't believe we should be giving £100 million to a Champions League rival. There's a lot of reasons why I don't want him, really. If there was a Ballon d'Or for sexiness, it would go to Maguire, says Nana. Bentley, thanks for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you very much. We've gone really flat here, says Jay. Yeah. All the fizz is gone. It's like that lemonade in the cellar that you just don't put the lid on properly. You go back to it next weekend and it's just like sweet water. Here's Anthony. Come on. More importantly, here's something for you. Martial is in the graveyard shift. We just haven't got Martial on the ball at all. Second half. Have we? Well, there they come. Good play by Martinez there. Let's play a game. All the things Maguire... Rashford double cupping like he's sipping syrup, says Roble. Watch out. Oh, referee. That's a foul. Casemiro in the face. He's in the wars tonight, isn't he, Casemiro? And he's booked... Well, to be honest, I think this is a bit of a harsh yellow card. I mean, he's gone for an overhead kick and he's caught Casemiro in the face. I mean, how can you give a yellow card for that but not give a red card to Lamela? I mean, he's literally gone to do an overhead kick. It's a high foot, and he has caught Casemiro in the face. I can see why the ref's given a yellow, but I just don't know how you give a yellow card for that and don't give a red for Lamela. But another yellow card for Sevilla. Casemiro's all right. He's had a couple of big hits today, hasn't he? It's like Ollie Mers. G says, how is that harsh, Mark? He's booted him in the face. You've never played the game before, have you, G? Never played the game at all, have you? He's gone to do an overhead kick, which he's got every right to do. And Casemiro's gone to head it, which he's got every right to do. And he's caught Casemiro in the face. You can hurt people playing football and it not be a yellow card or a red card. It's all about intent. He's genuinely gone to shoot. Shouldn't be a yellow card for me. So when Wayne Rooney did the overhead kick, if Micah Richards had gone and headed it first, and Wayne Rooney catches him in the face, you're saying that should be a yellow card or a red card? Come on. Lovely play. Here's Anthony. Good block. Back into Martial. We've got him on the ball. At last. And it's good play by Martial. But it comes out to Bruno. Bruno's on a yellow. Be careful. Be careful. Some tackles flying in here. Abdul says, Beersy says, get Eriksson and Palestri on. And Abdul says, Sancho giving no help to Malacia. I think some people are seeing things that might not be happening here. There's a bit of a witch hunt against Jadon Sancho. Well, Eriksson's warming up, so you're absolutely right on there, Beery. How patient do we need to be with Sancho, says Alex. And Rashford or Andy Cole, Mark, one is loved, says Enjoy Writing. I actually think that's a close one, because Andy Cole was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But Marcus Rashford has been sustainably brilliant for Man United. Mark, do you want a game of online chess later, says Rory. I'd love one. I was at the gym, Mark. How's the game going, says Wraith. Well, first 25 minutes, we were brilliant. Since then, we've dropped off massively. Unfortunately, Varane's gone off injured at half-time, which is a concern. Remember that red card from Nani in the Champions League? Yeah, that wasn't a red card. I wouldn't have even given a yellow. It was a genuine attempt to control the ball, and he caught the player. Is he protecting Varane, or is he hurt? Says give it to Mike. I don't know. Oh, Sancho slipped in a bad area there. He needs to run back. See, the trouble with Sancho there is he's not running back quick enough, is he? Got to get back, Sancho. Navas is... Look, there's a 2v2 here. Bruno's having to do all the work. Well done, Wan-Bissaka. Well done, Martial. Go on, Anthony's the ball. Here we go. 2v2. If Bruno runs fast enough, it could be a 3v2. Go on, Anthony. Go on, Anthony. Go on, Anthony. Go on, Anthony. Go! He's at the post. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He's at the post. Unlucky lad. Unlucky. Oh. He can't believe it himself. He's done everything right. He's got past the player. He's hit the shot. I tell you what, if that goes in, it's in the top corner. He's at the inside of the post. Devo says, how did the referee that elbowed Robertson get no ban? Treble substitution for United here. I don't like this. I do not like this. Bruno doesn't like it either. Bruno's not happy at all. I don't like this. We've only had 60 minutes. What's he doing? Martial. What? I do not like these subs. Martial's off. Bruno's off. With half an hour to go and we're only 2-0 up. Who else came off? Weghorst, Sancho. Well, we need the third goal. The game's not over. I'm a little bit... Well, look, trust the manager. Trust the manager. He always gets it right. But as I've just tweeted there, we need the third goal. And... Oh, mate, Anthony, man of the match, says Gino. I think Ten Hag's probably not happy with Sancho. Bruno's on a yellow card. Martial probably can only play an hour. So you can see why he's done it. I just hope it works. Here's Anthony. Lovely play. But I tell you what, if you're Sevilla, Varane's gone off for Maguire. Weghorst is on. Alanga's on. I think they might fancy a bit of a go here. He's got to, yeah, I agree with the chat. He's got to protect Anthony Martial. Like, he has to protect Anthony Martial. If it was Marcus Rashford, he would play the full game. But with Martial, you've just got to try and protect him, of course. You've got to get Eriksen on. I mean, Bruno will be very frustrated because he can't play next Thursday. And he's going to miss half an hour in this game. Oh, Anthony and Acuna. He's such a hothead. He's such a hothead, Anthony. It's always on that side, isn't it? I mean, Anthony's silly there. I like it because he's passionate, but in the Premier League, they'd probably say, look at VAR, he's kicked out at him, give him a yellow. Just needs to calm down a bit. We love the passion, though. Why hasn't he brought Pelistri on, says Uvia? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh, well done, Weghorst. That'll get him a few bonus points. Hunting down the striker. I mean, that hunting down the goalkeeper. I mean, God, look how... It's almost like in slow play there. The keeper... How long does the keeper think he's got? Enjoy writing, says Bruno ain't in charge of anything. Could you expand on that, mate? I don't know what you're digging out there, really. It makes absolutely no sense what you're talking about there. If you don't think Bruno's the captain of this team, you haven't been watching us. Anthony's improving every week, says Charlie Max. Done well there. Here we go, Sabitzer on the turn. Oh, see, Weghorst is just too slow to read that pass. It was a good ball by Sabitzer, but it's not Martial. Right, they're sending on... I think this is the Moroccan lad, isn't it? They're sending on up front. I thought Sancho had dropped off a bit. Started well, but lost confidence. Hope he can find his form. Love the content, says Drew. Thank you very much, Drew. Lamella's coming up. Well, player ratings will be very interesting because, as I said, the player ratings at half-time probably better than the player ratings in the second half. We've definitely dropped off here, and I think 2-0 is a good scoreline to take to Spain. 3-0, I think, puts us through, definitely. 2-0, there's always a bit of a chance. I mean, it's what Real Madrid did against Chelsea last night, and I think everyone expects Real Madrid to go through, but you never know. Oh, Elanga, good pace there. I mean, that's one thing Elanga does give you, pace, which we don't have without Rashford. Here we go, Martinez. There's lots of... Oh, he's given it. What's he done there? Mark, do you not miss hearing the crowd on TV? Big games, they are in real and away fans best in the league, says Nick97. And Mark, in South Africa, we would call it 5-minute cruel. If you know, you know, says Gino. Thank you very much, Gino. I think the Sancho substitution is probably correct. The Bruno one might be for protection, and the Martial one is probably for protection as well. When is the 300k a week Sancho conversation happening, says Charlie Max? Well, get your thoughts in the chat. I just think just talk to me in the chat what you think, where you think the good performance from the first 25 minutes went. This can happen. You know, I think some people think it's going to be a springboard to 4 or 5-0, and you hope it is. But you know, maybe Sevilla were a little bit sleepy. They go 2-0 down and they switch on. Maybe we go 2-0 up and we psychologically think it's easy. And, you know, at the end of the day, I predicted 2-0 as the scoreline. I hope it's not going to be that. I'd love to get the third, but Sancho's played well. What is everyone smoking, says Jack. And do you want a game of honour? I've done that one from Rory C as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're only 200 away from 630,000. We will have player ratings for you for the match reaction coming up after this as well. Of course, it's a quick turnaround for United. Games come thick and fast now. We've got Forest away on Sunday, and already thoughts turn to that, and you go, well, I'm sure Delo will probably play at right back. That's rotational, but you wouldn't expect Varane to be playing if he's had to come off at half-time here. Weghorst was nearly in. It's gone for a throw-in as well. We need another goal, says Fennick. I've been happy with Anthony today. I don't dislike Weghorst. I just think he's ridiculously slow. And when Rashford was playing up front against Brentford and Everton and Martial today, it's just different. It's just different when you've got that type of a player. Thoughts on Maguire so far, says Ajit. I haven't had any thoughts on him because he's just had a very average performance like most people in the second half. I can't be arsed with the Maguire fan club or any fan club that just is blind to what's going on. Like, nobody's second half has played particularly well, so you can't say somebody's played well in the second half because they've just done their job. I haven't really seen a good performance in the second half. It's been quite a flat second half, considering we're attacking the Stretford end, and you look at the Stretford end and it's not as vibrant as I think we thought it would be. It feels like Ten Hag is sort of going, we've got the result. And Enjoy Writing's right. We're not a side that puts teams to the sword yet. I think Sevilla could play here till May and they won't score. So for me, I'm just like, I think it's going to finish 0 anyway. I just would like us to get that chance and make it 3-0, and then I think it's been a very good night. Ideally, Sabit's a hat-trick. Off topic, says Raul, do you think Wan-Bissaka would do good against Vinicius Junior? Topic of the day. I think it'd be very interesting, Raul, because Vinicius Junior for me has got such a turn of pace. Austin says I think they've got sloppy because they've got tired. Fitness, arrogance, I don't know, but it's certainly annoying, says Rory C. Anthony's just took a tick. We lack that killer instinct, says Red for Life. Acuna's just been booked for a foul on Anthony. I said it before the Martial substitution. I felt the word graveyard shift is something we've used quite a lot for the number 9, whether it's Cavani, Martial, Rashford, over the years, Ronaldo. And I think in the first 25 minutes, Martial was heavily involved and we were high up the pitch. And I think for the last half an hour, well, probably getting on for 40 minutes now, we've really not got the ball to our forwards. Pick one to win the Ballon d'Or, Rashford or Martial. Rayhan, I don't think Martial will ever win the Ballon d'Or. Marcus Rashford, I think there is a scenario where he could win it. But on the other hand, look at Sevilla. If I was Erik Ten Hag, I'd say apart from the chance just before half-time from the corner, give me a moment where they've created a good chance. Very odd Sancho criticism in the chat. It's like hating your neighbour and ranting when they set a barbecue going, even though you like the smell, says Nick P. There we go. Just a little bit... I think it's a bit... I thought he was coming off there. He's not. He's just got up. I suppose it's worthwhile keeping an eye on other results. Juventus are 0-0 with Sporting in Turin, and Leverkusen are losing 1-0 to Union Saint-Gilloise. Feyenoord did beat Roma 1-0. But of course, if we win through, we play Sporting or Juventus. Now, interestingly, Sporting in Turin have had 4 shots on target to Juventus 1, and they've had more possession. So actually, Sporting have been the better team, even though Juventus have got players like Chiesa, Di Maria, Locatelli, Rabiot, Cuadrado. They've got some good players on their team, but Sporting have been the better team. It's 0-0 though. I'd fancy us to get to the final. Garnacho wins a Ballon d'Or before both, says Charlie Max. Good play by Casemiro. We have naturally gone deeper in the second half as well, and I think we all know why. Because we're winning 2-0, but also, you can't play too much of a higher line when it's a depleted back four. Cross to the back post. Wan-Bissaka did his job there. Many a time he hasn't, and he did do it there. Well done, Anthony. Acuna and Anthony are well at each other, aren't they? Love it. Love it. What we got? 15 minutes to go. You can do the player ratings on the unitedstand.com if you want. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I'll get you the link in a minute and we'll whack it in the video description. Juventus have just gone and bloody scored. It's the Goldbridge jinx. It is a thing. It does. If you follow me on Twitter at 3 o'clock on a Saturday, the amount of times I'll say something and then a goal will happen instantly the other way. So I've just jinxed Sporting because Juventus are now winning 1-0. Sporting have been the better team. But I think United are going to get done here. I think we're going to get through with the 2-0. And looking at Sevilla, they don't look like they can score goals. And they're another Spanish team that don't look like they can score goals. So read into that what you like. United passing out from the back here. It worked. It worked fine. We looked a bit panicky, but we did it. And now it's with Malacia. Come on, lads. Get this third goal. Let's do it. Come on. Alanga. Eriksen. Acuna heads it away. Casemiro. Malacia. Cross is good. Oh, I tell you what, if he was quick, if Weghorst was quick, it was a really good cross by what's his name, Malacia. I mean, that Montiel is a right diver, isn't he? I don't know what he's lying on the floor for there. You've not got the foul. Get up, little moaner. Links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. United versus Juventus would be a blockbuster, says Enjoy Writing, but they're not playing particularly well. They're not. Come on, United. Just get that third goal. Here's Eriksen. This could be it. Oh, good interception. He was trying to play Weghorst in. No Pellistri again, says Mark Simons. Yeah, it's a shame because he was in favour, wasn't he? And he just seems to have dropped off a little bit. Pellistri. I mean, Alanga wasn't getting a look in at all. Thanks for deleting that, Sally. Thank you. Shout out to the mods. Here's Alanga. Come on, lad. Now's your time. Terrible cross. Hope Akuma and Montiel get banished to Estonia. They're little prats, says Connor C. Here, Palistri's coming on. He's coming on now. 10, 12 minutes. There you go. Probably be for Anthony, I think. Yeah, that possession has gradually come down all half. It was 60% at half time, and it's just gradually come down. But interestingly, shots on target for Sevilla still won. They created nothing. Graham, thank you very much for the nice chat there. Says, hi Mark, thanks for all you do. Don't miss the fan forum tonight, by the way. Ricky will be on, and you know what he's going to talk about. He's going to talk about the Rashford team. Sevilla ain't very good, are they? Thankfully, they're not that good. It's got that job done vibe, hasn't it, from United? Sorry, I meant no disrespect to Estonia. Luton is more suitable, says Connor C. Nick97 says, Weghorst is always a yard off every class. Desperately need an Osman-type striker who's mobile. Anthony is going to come off for Pellistri. Thanks, Nick97. Good performance from Anthony tonight. I'm pleased with it. Darren Turner says, name a United star who started like Sancho. Look, I'm not here to dissect Jadon Sancho's career tonight. We can do it. That's what we do on the United Stand. That's what community debate is all about. But I don't think tonight is the time. Here's Harry Maguire pointing again. Look, I don't think now is the time. Ungus, welcome to the Members Club. I've always said that with Sancho this season, there has to be a level of patience. But I do agree that with Rashford out for a while, now is the time for him to step up. Nice ball into Pellistri. He's done well. Weghorst. Lay it off. Here we go. Malacia. Oh, he took too long. He wanted to pick his spots. He took too long. Oh. And Joe Wright says, look at Chelsea and Liverpool. They're in disarray. It's Pellistri who gets the cutback. It's Sabitzer who lays it to Weghorst, who lays it off. He's got to hit that quicker. He takes a touch. He's got to take another. He took an extra touch. When it comes to him now, one out your feet and then bang. And he takes two. But it's a corner. Weghorst and Maguire. This is his moment. This is Harry Maguire to make it 3-0. I'm telling you. It's going to happen at some point. Not tonight. Not on that corner. I tell you what, Ericsson at Spurs had a very bad habit of not beating the first man. He is a left back, to be fair, says HJW. Yeah. Love the show from Southern California. 2 + 2 = Pellistri, says Rich. Come on, Maguire, focus. Oh, Casemiro wins that one. Goal kick. Yeah, second half has got that job done vibe to it. I do think we could have maybe took it to another one. But you know, I can't moan about it because I did predict 2-0. And as I said, I think we could play all the way till the end of the season, and Sevilla still wouldn't score because they've had absolutely no cutting edge at all. It's like a lot of Spanish teams don't have a strong. Oh, for fuck's sake! Why? Why the fucking hell do I have to do it? Oh God, no! Jesus Christ, no! Oh, and it's Jesus as well. Oh, it's not Jesus Christ, it's Jesus Navas. Bloody City twat. I can't believe that. Fucking hell. Well, the first cross, Maguire's got to attack it. The second cross, Malassia's got to get rid of it. To me, Malassia's got to attack that cross. The first one, Maguire's got to attack it. The second one, Malassia's got to attack it. Oh, fucking hell. That's a disaster goal, that is. De Gea's fuming. And what's gone on here now? We've got a player down now. It's going from bad to worse. Martinez now. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is just turning into a nightmare. Well, this is turning into a nightmare because there's no one near Martinez. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is a bloody nightmare. This is a nightmare. This couldn't get any worse. For fuck's sake, man! That's an Achilles. Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. He knows as well. That's a season ender for Martinez. Ah, we're finished. We're absolutely finished. We ain't stopping City winning the treble now. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe I don't believe what's happened in the last 2 minutes. You know, it's like Rashford. When there's nobody near them and they go down like that, you know it's trouble. We've literally lost our centre-back pairing and Luke Shaw. We ain't going to Sevilla. We ain't going to Sevilla 2-1 up without Varane and Martinez. Oh, I can't speak. And not in a funny way. I'm deflated. I say Magic's right. Everything's gone wrong. Hate to say it, but we knew injuries would creep up, says Adam. Mark, it's just not our season. Good players, even better coaching, but life has its ways. V, I said it at half time. People were like, why at half time were you so? Why in the second half were you so flat? Well, I think the team was flat, but I also think that I don't think these subs have helped us really, but I think the whole team's been flat. I think losing Varane, Malacia has been useless, says Simon. Could be a torn Achilles. That's devastating, says Uncle Drew. Well, he might not be back for the start of next season if that's the case. We've used our 5 subs as well. I mean, we've just got to hold out here. Subs were really poor again, says Darren. Dear, dear, dear. Subs have been terrible today, says Soham. I mean, I didn't really get a chance to talk about the goal because straight after the goal, he went down, didn't he, Martinez? But I think when you watch it back, Maguire's got to attack the first cross, and then Malacia's got to attack the second cross. And Red Smurf says, "Do you genuinely?" I'm not. I mean, the jinx thing's a joke. Like I can't have a control on what happens, and idiots will blame me, but I cannot control United conceding a goal. Like Sevilla have not really legitimately scored a goal. It's a stupid own goal, which can happen. But I still stand by the fact that they don't look like they'd score a goal if they played till May. Up until they scored a goal. But it's bad defending. As I say, Maguire's got to go and attack the first cross, and Malacia's definitely got to attack the second cross. And the stupid thing is, Malacia had a chance. I'm not saying he should have scored, but at the other end, it could have been 3-0, and it ends up 2-1. Ten Hag got too comfortable too early. I think he did, Barry. I didn't like the subs at the time. Hi, Mark. I am the one who messaged earlier about my Achilles, and that looks like the one I have. It looks like it's fully torn, though, says Ajit. Well, it's just so innocuous. It's so innocuous, that Martinez thing. There's nobody anywhere near him if you're not watching it. It's just literally turned. And that's why professional athletes will say mentally you're always so fragile at times, because what I say by De Gea. What a save by De Gea that is. G-Man, thank you. And we're heading into that territory now, aren't we? Where people like David De Gea are keeping us in the game. That's a great save by De Gea. Why is the big lad... I thought it's a bloody good save by De Gea, that is. Another corner. The scary thing is, Martinez is out and Luke Shaw's not fit. So you can't play Luke Shaw left centre-back. Varane, how long's he out for? I think Martinez is out for the season. And God knows what's happened to Varane. It's going to be... So we've basically lost Rashford, Varane and Martinez in 3 days. We don't have the squad. Get the Norwich scarves out. This is the Glazers' fault. Such a fine margin between good season and potentially bad end to our season, all because of the greed of the owners, says Big Sam. Don't think you were the jinx today, Mark. I just got home and they've scored. Fucking hell! How have we drawn this game 2-2? Just how has it happened? I wasn't even looking. I was reading the super chat. I don't even know what's happened here. Oh, don't show me Harry Maguire. Don't tell me it's on him. I can't speak if it is. I can't deal with this. Apparently he's a bloody good centre-back. Apparently everyone says he's really good. Well, it's not. It's gone off his head. No, that's just bad luck. Oh, my God. I can't believe that goal. It's 2 own goals. I can't believe it. 2 own goals and 2 centre-backs injured. I can't believe it. Fucking hell. I can't believe it. I can't bloody believe it. How, from 25 minutes, has it gone from dream to nightmare? You know, this is like you're having a dream, yeah? You're having a dream. We've all had a dream like this. We've had a dream. It's your dream one. It's your dream girl or your dream boy, whatever. Best dream ever. Everything's going on. They're enjoying it. It's all consensual. And then they pull this mask off and it's not your dream anymore. It's Freddy Krueger. And you realise what's happening. It's a bloody nightmare. It's a bloody nightmare. And I think Ten Hag's got his subs wrong. 2-0, half an hour to go, you take Bruno off. No. Never take Bruno off. Never take Bruno off. I can believe it. I can't believe it. We've got a really hard job now. Sevilla jinx, isn't it? Again, they're the masters of the Europa League. The team is a bunch of bottlers. This is on Ten Hag, says Soham. Ten Hag got it wrong with the substitution. Lord Maguire strikes again, says Jacob. We did a Spurs, he says Alan. 2-0 against the treasonous score. Jinx Bridge, says George. And this is horrible, and why are we playing with 10 men? Subs, Man United Hodge. We can't make another sub. Joshua says well, you did say Maguire will score. I'm not taking credit for that. Come on, I told United fans this is Sevilla. They are what Real Madrid is to the Champions League. Dano, shut up. Sevilla don't even know how they've done this themselves. We've lost our 2 centre-backs to injury and we've scored 2 own goals. We could be playing Swindon and it would still be 2-2. We've bottled this. Bruno sub. This is... Never should have subbed Bruno. Never should have subbed Bruno. It just doesn't make any sense. Bruno didn't want to come off. I don't know what's going on there. He can't play next week anyway, so we haven't even got Bruno for Spain, and we took him off at I don't get that. I don't get that. We've got no Martinez, no Varane, no Fernandes next week. I think both goals are preventable. I think, again, we're defending from crosses, shit. Shit against Newcastle, shit again tonight. Can't defend crosses. Can't score from crosses. And yet we spent £80 million on somebody who's good in the air. Just devastating. That is devastating. Football is capable of doing that, but never should have subbed Bruno. Should have brought Lindelof instead of Maguire on. Couldn't have gone any worse. Malacia had a bad game. Everyone is an idiot. We lost 4 starters to injury and Bruno couldn't be risked. Plus Eriksen is barely back. Sevilla got lucky. That's it, says Desert. Oh, we've handed that on a plate. Ten Hag will be fuming. They've scored 2 own goals because we didn't defend well. Against Everton, you disagree, didn't take Rashford off. Now it's wrong to take players off when we control and lead 2-0. Third man, can I just, before I end the stream and go to the match reaction, it's 2-0 with half an hour to go against Sevilla, and we've got a second leg. You're talking about a Premier League game with 10 minutes to go, and it's 1 game. We've got a second leg in Sevilla, and it's 2-0. You don't take your best players off. That game's not over. Bruno can't play in the second leg. Bruno should never have been taken off. It was stupid. He didn't want to come off. But that, Ten Hag's made a mistake. Pure and simple. This game is simply a metaphor for our entire season. When things start to finally look positive, they quickly turn sour. Glazers out, says Trey. Right, look, player ratings. Links in the video description. We'll be over on the match reaction in a minute. And I will see you over there because there's lots to discuss. And I think there's a lot to discuss tonight. I'll speak to you in a minute.